Do the Sinister Secret of Saltmarsh. You all have arrived in town at some point in the recent past, and after arriving in town, you have heard rumors about a haunted house that's about 4 miles up the coast. It's just inland of the old coast road, and it stands a haunted house until about 20 years ago. It had been the residence of an aged alchemist of sinister reputation, and even then locals avoided the house because of its owner's mysterious activities. Now, 2 decades later, the unexplained disappearance of its occupant, after the unexplained disappearance of its occupant, the house has taken on an even greater air of evil and mystery. In recent times, there have been reports of fearsome hauntings, horrible shrieks, and eerie lights emanating from the dismal place. Now, not even the bravest of the area's denizens dare to approach the house, let alone enter it. That is until you guys came along. All right, so let's do character intros. We'll start with Don John, the dwarf.
Hello, Don John is a not 70 years old dwarf fighter. He is a noble who has recently been sent to Saltmarsh on behalf of the Copperlock clan to discuss mercantile coercion, mercantile stuff.
Okay, and he is a fighter and has some experience. Okay, next we got Braylon. You there, Tim?
Braylon is a half elf, high elf fighter, and he is an adventurer, and he's in these parts just looking for a chance to establish his name, and so he that's pretty much it, I think. So he'll be out front with the dwarf, taking care of business.
Okay, and Don John, he actually came from the city of Waterdeep, and this adventure will take place on the Sea of Fallen Stars, so that will replace the Azure Sea and the various backgrounds that you've seen. And so it's been a long trip for Don John. Your clan sent you far,
Yep.
far from home. Um, Galadwin, go ahead.
Hi guys, I'm Galadwin, half elf. I grew up in Candlekeep and worked kind of as a librarian and tried to read every single book there. And just before I left, basically made a deal to give up all of the sleep left in my life in order to get the ability to learn more outside of Candlekeep. Before coming here, I was hired by a wizard named Kaladek, and after working with him for a while, I met one of his contacts called Galen Prime Water, who should be in this town, so we might be able to approach him first. Yep, I'm a warlock, grade O1's type, and I'll be probably in the back line dealing damage and stuff like that.
Okay, and Keladak is actually right here in Waterdeep, in building number 6, Waterdeep, Saltmarsh. And building number 6 is his tower. It's a 3-story tower, and he is called Keladak the Unspoken by the people here in town. He's got dusky skin, he's got a bald head and bright red silk turban, and he's 7 feet tall, so he towers over everyone. He's an unmistakable figure in the town. You learned, Galadin, that he came to town years ago from a distant kingdom that's held in a mix of contempt and mistrust and fear by the locals. And rumor around town is that speaking his name aloud allows Keladek to eavesdrop on conversations for a short time. So yeah, you served Keladek, and he introduced you to one of the chief council members by the name of Gellin Primewater, who's a well-spoken, dapper, older gentleman in town. He's got a neatly trimmed beard and fancy wardrobe at all times, and he is located, let's see, I think he is, yeah, right on the water, right here, number 16 is where his mansion is. And pretty much not a week goes by that all of you have been here that he hasn't hosted at a party at that mansion of his. Okay, next is Eddie, a Triton.
Yes, Eddie's from the deep sea.
Chris, you might be muted, or Mike might be too far from your mouth.
Can't hear. Hello.
Oh, I can just barely hear something. I might have to turn the gain up or move it close.
I'm not sure why. Anybody hear me?
Yeah, that's getting better.
Yeah.
It's getting louder.
Okay. I have you on 168.
Not sure why that's the case. Yeah, Eddie's from the deep sea, and he's been delegated by his noble family to help the people above the sea. And recently, he just snuck aboard a pirate ship and freed a number of captured fishermen that were doomed for slavery. And ever since then, Anders Solmar, a prominent person in town, has been a friend ever since.
So yeah, he is another council member, the youngest one on the council, but he comes from a very very rich family. He's got a large fleet of fishing boats in town. His mother used to run the affairs of the company, but she died recently. He's the youngest person ever to be elected to the council. He's brash and inexperienced. He's pretty small, hasn't fully grown up yet even, and he's got a real big toothy smile that he always shines on you guys as you have met Eddie and started hanging around with him a little bit. And the pirates that you rescue the people from, Eddie, there's lots of dangerous realm or lots of dangerous kingdoms on the Sea of Fallen Stars, and the ship that you encountered had at least more than one figure on board dressed all in red. And last is Argus. Go ahead, Argus.
Argus is a half-elf. The reason he's in Saltmarsh is because his dreams have been haunted by an elvish ghost, insisting that there are dark magics in these lands, and he's trying to figure out the source of it.
Okay, in your wanderings around town, Argus, you have wandered over to this promontory over here, and you can see across the churning sea on an island right over here are some standing stones. They look faintly like the ones in your dreams. They don't look like there's anything you can do to bring them down, though, short of having siege equipment set up or some very powerful magics to bring them down, because they are both enormous. Alright, so you guys have been in town for a little bit. You've heard the rumors of this haunted house that's to the north, and you've decided to go check it out. Is there anything you want to do in town, though, before you head that direction? You can certainly purchase equipment and things like that here.
It looks like I've already got one potion of healing, so if I need to probably purchase one more.
So you all begin play, nicely enough, with a benefit of renown from your benefactors. Maybe it's Galen, maybe it's Anders or others have provided you each with a potion of healing for your journey.
Okay.
That will go away at the end of this chapter. So when you play the second part in a week, you don't get another one. But if you've kept this one, you still have it.
Okay.
Okay, so you all have one potion of healing, and if you want to buy anything else, you sure can. And if you want to talk to anyone, you can before you leave. Otherwise, we'll head that way.
If possible, I'd like to talk to Kaladek and ask him for more information on the haunted house, since
Alright.
this is something he should know.
Yeah, he is busy, so you have to wait a little bit to see him. But eventually, he lets you in, and he says to you that that house is rumored to have been the home of an alchemist. If there's anything you find there, alchemy-wise, you should bring it to me, and we can explore what it does together.
Would I be able to meet with Manistrad?
Yeah. So, Manistrad Copperlocks, is the leader of the mining operations in Saltmarsh, and she spends some of her time by the mine, which is down the shore, a couple miles past the haunted
Yeah,
house.
just south of Haunted House.
Yeah,
Not south. Is that east?
it's actually east.
Oh, the map's rotated.
Yeah.
That's
And the other one's rotated the other direction, just to confuse you.
lovely.
But you know that sometimes she hangs out at the mining headquarters in town, which is right here. So you can go visit that and see if she's there.
Yeah, I'd want to go there.
Yeah, it was purchased by the Crown and serves as the Dwarven Mining Company's headquarters in Saltmarsh. And Manistrad is there, along with several Dwarven clerks working there, logging deliveries at the docks to be transported to the mine and such.
Okay.
All right.
Would I just be able to like ask a clerk to set me up with a meeting with Manistrad?
Yeah, she comes right on out, actually, when she hears you're there. And she says, "What can I do for you?"
I just wanted to ask her about. It seems like this haunted house is halfway between Saltmarsh and the Dwarven Mine, and just wondering if that's what's causing any kind of unexpected abnormalities in any of the mining operations.
Well, it's definitely long abandoned, I think. Dilapidated, really unwholesome appearance. None of us have gone in there, but I've heard of a guy. One of the clerks was drinking, and there was some guy telling a story of having gone in there. You might check with in the bar. He might be down there tonight. And maybe
I'm sorry,
you
I
guys...
missed right before the bar. It kind of fuzzed out for me.
Oh, sure. There was a man who was at the Snapping Lion Bar, which is a popular tavern, and it's right off the docks, right next to the council hall. So you know it's right over here. And he was telling a story of having gone into the house. That's the only thing I know of anyone who's been nearby it.
Okay.
Well, good luck. If you find anything therein, let us know.
Will do.
Okay. Would you guys like to... So, takes a little bit of time to talk to them. You get buy some supplies. You can hang around and leave in the morning, and therefore get a chance to see if there's anyone in that inn who had been there, or you can leave now. Which would you like to do?
Shall we go to the Snapping Lion?
Okay. All right. So you guys hang out there for a little bit. You have lunch or late afternoon dinner. And sure enough, there is a man that meets the description that Manistrad gave to you.
Uh-huh.
An aged man who is sitting at the bar.
I want to approach him, greet him, and such. Is he a dwarf or?
No, he's an aged human. Looks like maybe a hunter.
Okay. I just want to approach him, kind of small talk him up a little bit.
Okay. He's having a
Is he
drink.
intoxicated?
He's having a drink.
Yeah.
He's not intoxicated enough
Okay.
yet. He tells you.
I just kind of want to ask him. So, have you been to that haunted house? People have been talking about it around the town lately.
He turns and looks you up and down and says, "Maybe I have. Getting a little parched, though." He slides his drink over. It looks like it's empty.
I can just kind of slide him back a coin, saying like, "This one's on me."
Oh, thank you very much. He orders up another drink. He says, "Yeah, I was there. I heard some piercing wails coming from the basement. I think there's ghosts down there. I went in through the kitchen door, I think it was in the back of the place. There's a well right next to it. The kitchen was all dilapidated. No one's lived there for years and years, that's for sure. And I saw some lights too. I don't know if they were lights or more like just a ghostly form when I looked down the stairs. Anyway, I got out of there.
Okay, well, I definitely want to thank him for his information and wish him a happy evening as I pat him on the back, kind of about face, and walk away.
All right. He's very happy to have started telling the tale, and the other people start gathering around him, and he keeps going. Okay. So the next morning, you guys gather your gear, and you head on up the road to the east. You go past a provisioning place, so you might have bought some of your gear there. The store is right here on the edge of town, and it's run by a halfling named Winston, and he has all the goods at honest prices that you could need. He's out smoking a pipe in the morning when you guys are walking by. He says, "You need any maps for where you're going?"
Just headed to the house on top of the hill. So
Oh,
unless you got a house map of the house,
no, but if you ever come back and you want to explore any other areas, like maybe the marshes or something, I got some maps for there for you.
all right, excellent. We'll remember that.
And then you head past the Temple of Purokan, the god of the sea, and on up the coast. There's a couple benches here on the edge of the cliffs, and you know that's a place where called the Leap, where when people have a loved one who doesn't come back from fishing, they jump off that cliff. Most usually survive though.
Oh my god, I was going to say, is it fatal or?
Okay, so you head on up to the haunted house. The road to the house winds through the rocky coastal terrain, often offering a view of the sea below. Low clouds press upon you, occasional patches of sunlight appear out over the water. A stiff wind blows in off the waves, carrying the briny stink of churning salt water. You finally come to the exterior of the house. It's a decrepit place, sitting on the highest ground in the area. Around it there's a stone wall which has crumbled in many places. There's an ornate metal gate that lies open at the end of the road, swaying slightly in the wind. Wild flora grows throughout the inner yard, but all the years cannot hide the evidence of a well-tended garden that once sat there. Near the house, the rotted wooden roof of a water well rises out of the tall grass. The house is about 35 feet tall from the ground, and the roof is gabled and has several holes where slate shingles are missing. So if you zoom out, you should see the house, ground level, right here. You got the well around back. You see a door near the well around back.
Is that to the kitchen?
Maybe.
Okay, well. Yeah.
So yeah, there's the door there, a well there, low wall all around. Of course, the front door is right here. And you come up the coast road right here. So, what would you guys like to do?
Go to the well and see if there's anything we can see.
Let me grab your minis. All right. You start heading on in. Go ahead and take your marching order and set up where you guys want to be when the first two guys go through the gate. Assuming that's Eddie and Don John, but you guys can rearrange if that's not who's first.
I'll be on the right.
So as we're coming up on the house, are the windows boarded up, or is there some windows that are
They're mostly broken,
broken out?
and none. Only a few are boarded up. Like if you look on the map, you can see that one's got a boarding over it, and this one's got boarding over it.
Mm-hmm.
They're naturally not boarding, but they're like the last remaining shutters that actually survived. Let's see here.
Can we see anything inside the house through the windows?
Well, first, let's get back to where we guys were. Set up your march order with the first two guys there, Don, John, and Eddie, and everyone else where you want to be behind them. As you walk through the gates, they make a creaking noise as they blow in the wind and you push them out of the way. That hides the approach of something. Let's see how good they do on their stealth. Well, they only get a 12 on their stealth, so if you have a passive perception of 12 or higher, you notice something coming from your left. You turn to look, and I know at least one of you does, so they can warn the rest, but it gets kind of close before you see it. A giant weasel, hunkered down, ready to pounce, and you see behind it another. Go ahead and everyone roll initiative. So click your token, and then click the initiative button, which should be the most left button on your token. If you've unchecked alphabetically sort token actions, which is the top item there. And I'm missing one person. Who am I missing?
My left one's attack.
Okay, so make sure you have unchecked alphabetically sort token actions under my settings.
Under settings.
Yeah. And then you'll have to click off your guy and back on your guy.
Okay. Yep.
All right, and then click that button. Perfect. And these guys trying to get the jump on you but don't. Ooh, wow. Really good initiative. So maybe they do a little bit. Okay. So the first person or creature to act is the first weasel. He leaps on Eddie. Tries to bite you, Eddie. 24 to hit you. Doing 6 points of piercing damage. Don John, your turn. I'm remembering the 3.5 weasels. I think they held on after they bit you.
I'm gonna go over this way, kind of pull out my maul, say I've played this game before, and take a swing. Oof.
All right. That does not connect to the weasel. It dodges out of the way. Eddie, your turn. Eddie, swing your longsword at the weasel, connecting for 7 damage. That cuts a vicious red gash through the thing, almost killing it. What else you got, Eddie? That's it. Okay, next go. The second weasel joins the fray. This one leaps towards Don John, biting at you, Don John, but your armor deflects it. Galadwin, your turn. So, Galadwin, just tell me what you'd like to do, and I'll help you through how you do it with the macro buttons.
Yeah, I think I'm okay with the macro. I summon a giant bell above the injured weasel
Okay,
to toll the dead.
Toll the Dead, wisdom save. The weasel somehow resists your magic.
I also move slightly.
Okay. And then Braylon, your turn.
All right. I will move to here and attack this one with the green flame blade.
So to do that, you click the green flame blade, perfect, and then click your weapon attack. All right. So 7 to the first one and 3 to the second. 3 kills the one with the big red gash in it from Eddie. 7 puts another similar gash into that one. All right. And then Braylon, you're able to warn Argus. You see movement in the trees over here, the old rose bushes that are climbing over the wall of this abandoned place. There might be more of them coming. Argus, your turn.
I will move up and position myself between our tanks, and then I'll take a shot at this last.
Your short bow connects. 2 points of damage, drops the thing. 3 drops the thing. And that's the end of that round. And next round, indeed, there are more coming. You see 3 more coming out of the brush. Let me add their initiatives. And the first one to come out Comes to here and leaps on Braylon, biting at him. His armor deflects it, and Donjon, your turn.
Just gonna move right here next to Braylon and smack him with the maul.
You connect
24
points.
for 7.
7 crushes one of its legs, but it's still fighting.
Oh. Okay, so that first one re-rolled into another one.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, it looks like that's like only a 7% chance. Oops. I just wanted to. So the great weapon fighter, that's already built in, right?
It is. Yep, already built.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Although, it's weird. Oh, you rolled a 1, then a 1, then okay, you rolled a 1 and a 3.
Yeah, so the one
and the one re-rolled a
re-roll
1.
into a run.
Got it. Okay. Donjon's done. Eddie, your turn.
Okay. Eddie jumps around. Says, "All right, everybody, stay back. Don't let him get you." And he gets right in the middle of
Nice.
all of them. And he'll attack this weasel here.
Eddie, you can have inspiration for defending your party. See these little leaf icons you guys all got? Oh, and Galadwin, you got inspiration for your description of your giving up all your sleep to your god. So that's inspiration, that little leaf icon. You can use it to get advantage on a roll. Announce it before you make the roll because it's an advantage, not a reroll. And then once you do that, just take it off. Eddie, your 18 is a hit for 5 points of slashing, cutting this one down. All right, Galadwin, your turn. The wall that surrounds the place. I don't think you can see the weasels over the top of it. I forget how tall it is. Let me double check here. The wall, 6 feet tall. So yeah.
I can't even see over it.
I try to move into a place where I have line of sight to the weasels. Can I see them?
Oh yeah, you can see both from there.
Alright, I Eldritch Blast the one closer to the
Okay,
directly south of Eddie.
got it. You're looking for a 15 with cover. You connect for 4 force damage to that weasel. Then the weasels go. They gang up on Eddie. The first one biting at him, connecting and doing 7 damage. Braylon, your turn.
Braylon will move to here, and I'll attack this one with Green Flame Blade.
Connecting for 4 damage to him, and then 3 fire lands on the other one.
All right.
The one that was just burned tries to bite Eddie. 18 does not get through the paladin's defenses. Argus, your turn.
Reposition and now attack the one closer to the wall, the weaker one.
Got it. Looking for a 15 to hit. 12 does not connect. That's into that round. No more are coming. Looking around, the windswept cliff here is devoid of any other creatures besides you guys and these weasels, as far as you can tell. And it doesn't appear any more are coming out. Donjon, your turn.
Gonna do what I do best, and gonna hit this the one directly below me.
Yeah. Maybe
10
not.
doesn't connect.
Maybe not.
No.
Eddie, your turn.
Eddie will attack the wounded one.
You finish it. And then Galadwin.
Total dead on the remaining weasels.
You got him. How much damage? 3 points of damage. Then Braylon, your turn. And I'll go kind of quick in combat after you've taken your action, but you can still do any movement you have. So just because I might have gone on to the next person, feel free to move where you want to move to. Just let me know if you provoke an attack opportunity. And if you have any bonus actions that you want to take, just interrupt me. Okay, Braylon. Oh, that does not connect with the rapier. The weasel, fighting for its life, slashes out at Eddie with a bite, connecting with your paladin for 7 more slashing damage as you guys fall on it and finish it. Whew. Did you get the last 7, Eddie?
Eddie's like, man, these land creatures are fierce.
It's like a land shark.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Land shark?
Land shark. Like a land shark. You see there's a few broken guardian tools and a tangle of weeds are all that remain here. There's a big, huge rose bush near the gate that's overgrown the wall and choked out most of the other plants. And there's a nest or a burrow underneath. That's where the weasels came from. You don't see anything of value in there, though.
Is there anything we can use to block the hole where the weasel came from?
Sure, you can just bury it in dirt and rubble from the wall.
Yep, I tossed it in rubble.
Okay. So, nursing your wounds, Eddie. You look around.
Yeah, he's gonna,
Doesn't appear there's anyone took notice of the fight you guys just had. What would you guys like to do?
I want to head around over to the sewer, or at least the sewer side.
Head on around to the well, you mean?
Yeah.
The well?
Did I say sewer?
You said sewer, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm so sorry, guys.
Everything's a sewer from a guy from Waterdeep.
Yep. And I just want to tell everyone, hey, be on the lookout for any more kind of giant furry boys.
Okay, walking around the place, you can kind of look into some of the windows. You just see dilapidated, ruined rooms in this inside. You come around to the well, and you see a cluster of small mammal remains in the tall grass around the well. Looks like mice, squirrels, and the like. The crumbled and crevice-ridden walls of the shaft of the well descend 20 feet, and you see water down below.
Okay. Do I see anything like else in the well, or is it just kind of water?
It's kind of dark down there, but your natural... It's hard to see with your dark vision because it's kind of just black and white. Maybe if you had some light shining down there, you might be able to tell if there's anything more.
Okay. Can I call out to the party?
Mhm.
Has anyone got like a match or any kind of a light?
Does Eldritch Blast count as light?
It is not light.
Very briefly.
In there.
Okay, I'll just kind of shrug and say, it's just a well.
Well, Argus will light a torch to see if anything glints off the light of the torch.
Okay, Argus. Yes. You can see there are some coins through the shallow water of the well. It looks like it's not very deep to where the coins are. You're trying to make out if they're gold or silver or copper or what they are. Let me see if you can tell from up there.
Probably chocolate.
Looks like full covered chocolate. Maybe silver, from what you can tell. There's about a dozen of them down there.
If anyone wants them, there's some coins in there. Silver, maybe.
I don't
I don't
believe in
think we can get
superstition.
them anymore.
There is a door right beside you, right there.
okay, Eddie wants to, he's going to get to the corner of the building. He wants to do a divine sense.
All right, Eddie. No fiends or celestials or undead anywhere that you have a line of effect to right now.
Can I confirm with Eddie, like, nothing that shrieks, nothing that wails, no screams? You don't sense anything?
Nothing out here, but maybe inside.
Okay.
Okay, let's go inside.
All right. Who's going to open that door?
Braylon will open it. But I'm going to check it first to see if it's locked.
It is not locked.
I heard sometimes people trap things in this.
Road. We want a road to check it for traps.
It sounds like you do, so I'll check it for traps.
Okay, Argus. You look it over, make an investigation check.
Not perception?
No. not this one. No traps on that door. It is
Looks good.
good.
Well, let's not be rude. Can I knock on it?
All right, no answer.
Okay.
All right. Hello. Eddie opens the door.
Okay, you see a hallway. Just a second here. There we go. You see a hallway that goes into the building and turns to the left. You see a door on the right, and that is it. Down the
So
hall,
there's
you
a
see
door
another
here.
door, and another door, and the hall opens up into a larger room beyond.
Uh, may I suggest splitting up just a little bit, cover a little more ground? I kind of want to go into like the center, get a better look of like the whole structure of how actually dilapidated this is.
This room here looks to be the entry hall, and there's a couple passageways that lead off of it, and there's a flight of stairs that go up in it, and what else do you see from there? So the musty, dirty entrance hall. The walls are bare, and bits of smashed furniture lie about the floor. A staircase climbs to the next story, reaching it at a balcony. The balcony rail is broken in several places. The balcony runs along the north wall and the west wall above you.
You want to come back this way and let's check all these doors before we step out into the main
Yeah.
hall?
Yep, convinced me.
Which door, Eddie?
Is there any signs of any life here?
Eddie, you're looking
Dust or
around.
dirt?
Make a signs of life. You can make a survival check for tracks and stuff, or an investigation check.
Yeah. Okay.
Bum, 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 bum. All right. You see some tracks. You can't be sure if they're yours, having just come and gone down this hallway, or others. Any of you guys trained in survival? No one trained in survival? I bet one of you was.
Argus is.
Argus, okay. So Eddie calls you over to look at these tracks he's found, and indeed they are tracks that are not yours. They are leading down the hallway toward the door to the north, coming from the entrance hall. And they're fairly recent, and they're humanoid like
Oh.
yours.
Probably the guy we met in the bar.
Could be. Does it? Would we be able to like determine if it was like deliberate or like wandering? Like, is it a straight path? Is it someone like zigzagging or?
Argus looks like someone walking down the hall. You can't tell if, I mean, like normal walking down the hall.
Okay.
Alright, can we check if these doors along the hallway are locked or
No,
can they be opened?
all the doors can be opened. None are locked. Would you like to open a door,
Alright,
Eddie?
Yeah.
I
Eddie's
open the
gonna
door
open
in the north.
Eddie? Just before you do that, Galadwin, Eddie opens the door. You turn to hear the creaking sound of the door opening. And it opens up into this room here, Eddie, that has within it two stuffed armchairs stand near the fireplace of the room. The covers of both have been torn and stuffing has been pulled out of each, but the wooden frames of them are intact. There's a broken table to the left. You notice scattered mouse bones spilling out from the hearth of the fireplace. What do you want to do, Eddie?
And he says, I read books about finding treasures inside of soft cushioned chairs. He goes and he looks in.
Okay, Eddie's in there searching. Anyone else want to go in there and search? If you do, put you guys in the room.
Can I see if the mouse bones are arranged in any kind of magical pattern?
They look random to you, Galadwin. Okay, everyone happy where they're standing? Okay, Galadwin, you're looking at the mouse bones. Eddie, you're looking through the chairs. When, all of a sudden from the chair to your south, Eddie, you hear the sound of skittering insects. And a swarm of spiders comes out. Roll initiative, everyone. Hey, Tanith, if you're eating or drinking or breathing heavy, can you mute your mic? One more. Got one more initiative. There we go. All right. First one to act is Don John. So you're not in the room, Don John, but you hear
I'm not.
Eddie's startled announcement of spiders. You could get in the room. You could get south of Galadwin if you wanted.
I want to get next to Galadwin.
Yeah?
And just like, can I help him and like say, blast him, blast him?
Sure. And you can also get past Galadwin to stand basically to the west of the spiders if you want.
I'm more than okay standing in the hallway.
All right. After Don John, Argus, your turn. You can see him from where you're standing, Argus. You could let loose with an arrow on him or something else if you want.
Am I still holding a torch of flame?
Are you still holding the torch? That's up to you. I would imagine you don't need to. There's plenty of dim light in this building because of all the windows. So you probably put it
Alright, we'll say I put it out after we the coin.
Sure.
And then I'll take a shot with the short bow.
Fire away. That's a miss. Then the spiders go. The spiders crawl all over your paladin and bite at him. Luckily, his armor protects him from all the bites, although you see him starting to crawl underneath your greaves and breastplate and such, Eddie. Braylon, your turn. The spiders are in the same square as Eddie now, Braylon, so you can reach them from where you're standing.
Try to swing at them.
Okay. Ooh, nice shot. So with your one stab of your rapier, you skewer about a half dozen spiders, big ones at that, and do, let's see, it's 13, so 6 points of piercing damage to them. They seem to resist because of being so many. After Braylon, Galadwin, your turn.
Move slightly and cast Eldritch Blast at it. I have advantage on the health.
You don't, Don John, to actually help you, had to actually get next to him.
Alright.
Oh, next to the swarm, not just next to him?
Not next to your friend.
Oh!
Never mind,
Yep.
it's a crit anyway.
That's alright, Galadwin didn't need your help. Crit for
Okay.
13 force damage. They take full damage from force. That implodes a bunch of the spiders. There's just a few left, Eddie, skewering around. And your turn, Eddie.
Eddie tries to scrape them off.
Oh, yeah. Doing 3 points, you finish off the last of the spiders. But you have this crawling sensation in your skin, like there might be more coming out of that chair. You want to do anything else, Eddie?
Eddie, he says, everybody, be careful. There might be some more coming out.
All right, you are correct. Next round, more spiders come. And in fact, they come out so fast, as Eddie was turning to tell you guys, before you can mouth the words spiders and point, they're already crawling up your greaves, Eddie, and biting at you. But luckily, your armor protects you again. Don John, your turn.
Well, with my newfound knowledge, I'm going to move next to these spiders and give Galadwin
Galadwin help.
help action.
You got it.
Yep.
Okay, after Don John is Argus.
I will move in and give. Who's the guy next to me? I'll give him
Braylon.
help. Yeah.
Helping Braylon. Okay, Braylon, you have advantage on your attack. Oh no. Even with the help, Braylon can't connect with all the creepy crawlies. Galadwin, your turn. You have advantage on your attack, Galadwin.
Eldritch Blast.
Your blast. Oh my god. You can't connect. Eddie, your turn. Eddie can't connect. Round is over. Spiders crawling all over Eddie, trying to...
Yeah, I wanted to run for a bit.
Go for it. Where would you like to go, Eddie?
It should be close to the.
Sorry, you're cutting out. What would you like to do, Eddie?
Oh, no, Eddie's done.
Oh, you're done? Okay. All right, spiders attack Eddie. Missing. Don John, your turn.
Don John?
Did we lose Zach? I see him in game. Your turn.
I'm gonna help out Galadwin again.
Galadwin, okay.
Are we like trying to attempt like any kind of retreat, or just gonna kind of keep going for it?
Attack him.
All right, helping out Galadwin. Pass.
Argus, your turn.
I'll help Eddie this time, trying to get him.
Helping Eddie. Braylon, your turn.
I'll swing again.
Miss. Galadwin, your turn.
Eldritch Blast again.
With advantage. 21 connects, doing only 2 force damage to him this time. They take both those points of damage, though. Eddie, your turn. You have advantage on your attack. 21 connects for 2 damage to him. And a turn, spiders crawling all over Eddie. His armor still holding him at bay. Oh, and it stops holding him at bay. They do 7 points of piercing damage to you, Eddie. They're over half hit points, so they do full. Did you get the 7 damage, Eddie?
Not yet.
Then, Don John, your turn.
Gonna keep on helping Galadwin. BRB.
And then, Argus, your turn.
I'm not a good shot, but I'll try and shoot anyway.
Okay. You connect, and you can do sneak. 10 does 5. Okay. That's what they're at for health bar, in case you're wondering. They're still in Eddie's square, though. Braylon, your turn.
Charm.
Oh, yeah,
Yes,
you
it
connect
is.
for 5. Galadwin, your turn with advantage. So you line
Eldritch
up,
Blast again.
line up the Eldritch Blast, connecting and destroying all the remaining spiders. And the chair that Eddie and the spiders were fighting all around is all in splinters on the ground. The room itself has no more spiders in it. Oh, there's plenty of cobwebs, and every time you walk through them, you're sure there's a spider in it. You can finish your search of the room after that fight, or maybe you want to do some healing before you finish your searching.
Give my healing potion to Eddie.
He's got his own, but he might drink yours. What do you want to do, Eddie?
Eddie's gonna. Eddie's gonna drink his healing.
Okay, Eddie, you drink your own. You get 9 hit points back. You also have Galadwin's on your person now.
Let's hold on to that just in case. And then he's also gonna do. I feel okay after that one.
Now,
Braylon.
Let's go to the next.
now
Braylon did an investigation check.
very good. Now I'd like everyone to make a perception check, please. Wisdom perception. 12 for Argus. 19 for Eddie. Eddie, you notice a stone out of place on the chimney above the fireplace. When you guys remove it, you find a hidden compartment, within which is a wooden box, and inside the box you find 30 copper and 2 small pouches of alchemical powders worth 5 gold pieces each. That door there? Alright. That door there reveals that room. And inside you guys see a long table once stood there, and now it lies broken on the floor. A broken chair sits against the wall between the windows, and there's a heap of broken dishes in the northwest corner. If you guys would like to search the room, make a wisdom perception check. Wow. Trying to beat a 24, everyone. Despite your very obvious skill, Argus, you find nothing of value in this room, nor any tracks or anything of that nature. So, back out in the hall. Which way, Eddie? That door. Okay, through that door you find what must be the kitchen, even though it's in a very bad state of repair. And inside the kitchen you see the whole place is dirty and damp with patches of gray mold and cobwebs on the floor, walls, and ceiling. In the southwest corner is some iron cooking equipment with a chimney above. Next to it, under the window, is a cracked and discolored stone sink. To the north of the sink, a small closed wooden cupboard is fixed to the wall about 5 feet above the floor. And there's a flight of wooden stairs leading upward. The stairs look decayed and there's a few treads missing. There's also a door.
Eddie is going to open the cupboard with his sword.
Alrighty. Everyone take up your positions you want to be in when Eddie opens up the cupboard. Alright. Eddie, the cupboard swings open with a creak, and inside it's empty, but at the same time you hear a skittering noise, and up from the drain of the sink comes a huge centipede. Everyone roll initiative, please. In fact, they pour out of the sink. Keep you where you were, Eddie.
Yeah. I get when the macros pop up,
Oh, yeah. Let's see, this one's
Sorry,
like on
Gadget.
top of the other one, so I'll put them in the same square there. And this guy's right here. Also on top. There's 2 of them in the same square to the north. And let's see what they get for initiative. Uh-oh, did I lose one of them? Oh, I moved them. Okay, first to act is one of the centipedes that came up out of the floor. This one goes after Don John with a bite. Don John. 21 to hit you for 4 piercing.
Ooh.
And 14 poison. Make an 11 con save to negate the poison.
Oh boy, here we go.
You have advantage because you're a dwarf, so you made it. So you only took the 4 piercing from the bite.
Okie dokie.
Galadwin, your turn.
I Eldritch Blast the centipede closest to Eddie.
Alrighty. There's about 5 of them, all the same distance from Eddie. And you hit one of them. I'll take this one. I'll take one that hasn't gone yet. And killed him. There you go. Nice shot. Then Galadwin backs up to the corner. And then... oops. Next to go after Galadwin is another centipede. And this one's to your northwest, Eddie. Biting at you, Eddie. But your armor protects you. Your turn, Eddie.
Okay. Eddie's going to He's not really happy with this place. He's gonna cast shield.
Shield of Faith goes up. Very good. What else you want to do?
And yeah, he's gonna attack the one down here, closest to the party.
Oh, you don't connect. After you, Braylon. Braylon steps forward. Swings in the one west of Eddie. Green Flame Blade. Critting it, cutting it in multiple halves. And 3 fire to which one, Braylon? One of the north ones. Takes 3 fire. Okay, almost killing it. After Braylon, Donjon.
Yep. I'm gonna take my great sword, kind of stick it in the ground, and run past the centipede attacking it.
Very good. Oh, cutting it in twain the long way. What else
And
you
that's
got?
it.
That's it. Okay, next and last centipede to go this round. Tries to bite Donjon. 21 Donjon. 3 piercing and another poison save. Which you make handily.
So just the 3.
3 piercing. Yep. Argus, your turn.
I will try and attack the centipede that acted earlier.
Okay. 10 does not connect with them. Next to go is Galadwin.
Eldritch Blaster faster than the people.
10 does not connect. Centipede, this one's attacking Eddie with a bite. 6 does not hit Eddie. Eddie, your turn. That was the one just north of you that just went.
Okay, Eddie's gonna attack the wood.
All right. 11 does not connect. Braylon, your turn. Green Flame blading it and killing them both with your magic. Nice job, Braylon, with your elven magic. Okay, 5 centipedes, huge centipedes lie dead in the room around you guys. You can finish your search of the room. And we'll make a perception check. Okay, you don't find anything else of value in the room, but Argus, you find that the tracks that were in the hallway that came into this room go through the door to the east.
Can I listen at the door for anything on the other side?
Yep, nothing there.
Well, I point out the tracks and then tell them.
In that room,
Can I identify the
they're the same ones that were in the hall, just humanoid. In the room beyond, you see mold growing in patches on the floor, walls, and ceiling. A large copper cask, split, discolored, and empty, stands under the window, with a small heap of crockery shards on the floor beside it, and stairs lead down.
What do you guys think? Should we check out this main floor first, or go downstairs?
Can you put the mic a little closer to your mouth, Eddie? Or Chris?
Yeah.
It's still real quiet. I'm going to turn your volume up too.
Yeah, I don't,
Discord. There we go. Okay.
I'll look at my settings. See if I can
Okay.
change it.
Here, let's just go on and go down.
do we hear anything coming from the stairs?
Nope, nothing coming from the stairs. All right. If you're heading down, I assume Eddie in the front. Put you guys where you want to be as Eddie starts down the stairs. Alrighty then. All of a sudden, as you guys are descending down the dark stairs, you hear a hideous, soul-wrenching scream come from the cellar. I need you each to make a wisdom save. DC 12 due to fear and fright. So if you're resistant to fear or fright, you'll have a bonus. DC 12 wisdom save. So Braylon is affected, Argus is affected, Galadwin resists, Donjon resists, and Eddie resists. Okay, Braylon and Argus, you're shaken by the scream that you heard. You'll have disadvantage on ability checks for some time due to the shaken fear that you have. So yeah, put that sad face on your guy, Braylon, like Argus just did.
Hmm.
Do you want to keep going, Eddie? The scream has stopped.
Do we know what caused it, or did it just happen?
It just happened. You were stepping down the stairs, carefully, and then all of a sudden a scream erupted from below. Do you want to rush down there and see what it was, or go back, or what do you want to do, Eddie?
Eddie's gonna go.
Go on down. Okay. Heading on down.
Oh yeah, Scream's basement. Sounds good to me.
Someone could be in trouble.
That's right. Okay. I'm gonna grab you guys. Move you over to here. You see shoulder-height wooden bottle racks lining the north and west walls of this basement. There's no intact bottles left in the racks, and shattered bottles cover the floor. At the foot of the stairs, there are two large empty metal storage bins, and in the center of the room lies a human corpse clad in plate mail. A longsword lies by the corpse's right side, and a large shield covers its legs.
The corpse look fresh or old?
Oops.
It looks about a week old. Looks like it was bludgeoned to death. Eddie, there are no celestials, fiends, or undead.
Okay. Let's see if we can identify maybe who this person is.
All right, taking a close look at the corpse. It's a human, bludgeoned to death maybe about a week ago. When you are looking, all of a sudden you see something like extrude out of its skin, like if you squeezed some paste out of a tube of paste, and then a whole bunch more come out, and there's a whole bunch of rot grubs coming out of the corpse. Everyone roll initiative,
Oh
please.
god.
Fire, fire, fire.
Get away, get away.
Need two more initiatives. Looks like we're missing Eddie and Braylon. There you guys go. All right, Braylon, you are first to act. Okay, so these rot grubs that you see, a huge pile of amorphous grubs. Green flame blade. 20 connects with the things, doing 10 piercing damage. They resist piercing, and therefore take only 5. Okay. Next to go after Braylon is the grubs themselves. They crawl up onto Eddie, biting at poor Eddie. His armor protects him. None get into your skin, Eddie. They're done. Galadwin, your turn.
Total dead on the grubs.
They got a wisdom save. They fail it. They take 6 points of necrotic. Next go, Donjon.
I'm gonna move up towards Eddie, say I'm so sorry, and smack him with a maul.
Nice. 21 connects.
21 for 12 bludgeon.
Yeah, that does full damage to him. And
Oh yeah.
yeah, they are obliterated. Pus everywhere.
Oh.
Nicely done. There's just a few stragglers that you guys kill as they come out of the corpse, and then you're able to get a good search of the room in. So I'm gonna make a perception check, please. Oh yeah. All right, you guys find a couple things. So the body has damaged plate mail. It's got a longsword, got a shield, if any of that is useful to you. The equipment and explorer's pack, if any of that's useful to you.
Can I pick up that shield and not equip it?
Yeah. Yes, indeed. Also, you find an intact bottle, the only one left in the room, under one of the wine racks. It has a image of a jauntily dressed unicorn on it, and you think it's worth quite a bit of money, actually, as a valuable vintage of wine. So you got that, and then you find a secret door. You find the tracks,
I was
Argus.
gonna say.
Yeah. You find the tracks and a secret door that is right where Don John's standing.
Oh, this stone didn't look quite right. I know stone.
That's it. That's everything you find.
Who's our rogue? You should probably inspect the doorway.
Alright, I'll look to see if I can figure out how this door works.
There is just a loose stone that you can press, and it will swing out of this room into whatever room is beyond.
Alright, point that out, and you do it.
Okay, Eddie will follow his instruction.
Okay. Beyond is another large room. And in this room, you guys see... Well, it's lit by torches. That's the first thing odd. And it looks like it was once a large cellar, but it's been converted into living quarters. There's 10 crude beds standing along the south wall, each with a wooden locker at its foot. A long wooden trestle table ringed by rickety stools dominates the center of the room. Metal cutlery, cups, and dirty plates sit atop the table. A cook stove is installed near the table, and evidence of recently cooked meals sits in pots atop it. A large ham hangs from a loop of twine near the stove. There's a sturdy set of stairs leading to a trap door in the ceiling. That's to the west of the table there. There are 2 wooden doors on the east side of the room, down that short hallway. And the easternmost one has a wooden bar across it, held in brackets on the frame and the door itself. The word danger is scrawled on that door using chalk.
Looks like this place ain't abandoned after all, boys.
No. And it looks like someone was here recently, but they are nowhere to be seen. There was that horrendous scream about 5 minutes ago. That might have alerted them.
Yeah, it looks like somebody been cooking over here.
Yeah. Looks like
Fresh meals.
they left in the middle of cooking. Maybe minutes
Ooh.
ago.
Well, you know, I'm a little bit hungry, so I might give it a little taste test.
What else you guys want to do?
Eddie's gonna listen to the doors.
Okay, nothing on the north door, nothing on the east door. The east door with the bar across it has been damaged and bent, as if something tried to push it open from the other side.
I want to check if there's anything in the lockers at the foot of each bed.
Yeah, the foot lockers are each locked with pretty poor locks. It wouldn't take much to jimmy them open and or pick them.
Can I bash a few open?
Yeah, you bash
Oh, the
one
locks,
open.
not the chest, that is.
Yeah, you bash one open and you find inside... The lockers contain personal effects, and there's coin purses as well. So you find some gold and some silver in there.
This is but common people money. but it is money nonetheless.
So you guys are able to search the rest of them easily enough, breaking the locks off of them. You don't find anything secreted away in any of them, but you do find plenty of gold and silver. It looks like they
Wait,
must have
so
all been paid the same amount because it's all the same.
Oh,
so it's a total of 71 gold and 5 silver.
70 gold, and is there 10 of those? 150 silver. Yeah, 10 crude beds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. So 70 gold, 150 silver.
All right, so the
huh.
north door here, there's no sign on that.
No sign, not locked, no sound beyond.
Okay, Eddie.
Eddie opens it. Okay, Eddie. Beyond that door, you find a nicely appointed room. Inside that room is a comfortable-looking bed in the northwest corner with a wooden footlocker at its foot. There's a small wooden table standing against the east wall with a padded leather chair beside it. On the table, a brass three-branch candlestick with 3 burning candles provides the room with bright light. The candles are not fresh, but they're far from being spent, so they've been recently lit. Under the table is a small wooden box and an unlit bullseye lantern with a movable shutter over the lens. On a shelf above the table sit 3 books. In the northeast corner is a closed wooden wardrobe.
Can I look at the books?
Yeah. Glad when looking at the books, you find they are a volume of poetry, fully illustrated, a naval almanac listing tide times for the area of coast around Saltmarsh. A total of 100 miles of coastline is covered, and a treatise concerning the demigod Iuz, or its Faerunian counterpart, and its minions.
I take both the almanac and the treatise.
Okay.
Eddie wants to look in the wooden box.
In the wooden box is there's 12 candles inside, flint and steel, a piece of parchment with some codes on it. The codes are, did I write these down? Let's see. Here we go. There's 3 codes written on it. They look like Morse code. So it's a dash dot dot dot. I'll write this down. Dash dot dot dot. And then dot dash dot dash. And then last 3 dashes. Dash dash dash. Morse code isn't necessarily a thing in this world, so don't try and match it up to real Morse code. But it is definitely some sort of code. That's the only thing on the parchment. And that was inside the small wooden box with the 12 candles, the flint and steel, and the piece of parchment.
Interesting.
If you guys want to search the rest of the room, make a perception check. Or investigation, whichever you're better at. Argus is just good at it, whatever he does. Argus, you find, let's see here. All right. And Galadwin, you find in one of the books that you had taken, inside the treatise on the demigod, is a sheet of parchment which features a few simple words and phrases in the common tongue and their equivalents in what looks like Goblin, if you speak Goblin. They just look like common words. Things like stop, fight, lift, come, so forth. So you find that. The wardrobe contains an oilskin coat. One of you finds a hidden compartment under the table, which within holds a spell book. So the 3 books that you found, they're worth 10 gold pieces each. The fancy floor-length oilskin coat is worth 5 gold pieces. And the spell book... contains the spell book. There are, in the spell book, the following spells. Charm Person, Color Spray, Magic Missile, Silent Image, and then at second level, Magic Mouth and Scorching Ray. And that concludes your investigations. That's all you found. Oh, there's one other thing. The lantern. The lantern looks like it's used rather infrequently. Like, it's not often used to light the room, but it is used for something.
And you said that it was bundled with like candles and that
See, yeah, under the table,
quote unquote Morse code.
under the table was you found the small wooden box where you found the code. Next to the bullseye lantern, they were both underneath the table. And the lantern's got a movable shutter over the lens.
Yeah, maybe that's the.
Hey, can I ask the party if anyone noticed how close to like the shore we are, or
You are very close. The
very
path,
close?
yeah, the path was only, gosh, might have been 50 feet between the gate and the shore, and then the house was set right by the gate, maybe 20 feet.
Yeah.
You can zoom out and see, even.
Oh yeah, right there.
Yeah, it's right by the shore. The sea breeze was blowing salt on you the whole way here.
I lost the map. One sec.
There you go.
Found it. Thanks. Does anyone want to try the door that says danger?
There's probably.
Try knocking on it.
Well, not going to be
trust it.
rude, and I want to knock on the door.
All right. Silent as death. No reply.
Well,
Let's put a ration under the door. Eddie puts a piece of food under the door.
Nice. Okay.
I'm going to
that's pretty
step
smart.
away from said ration.
You watch, and nothing comes to claim it.
I thought it'd be a vicious pet behind that door.
Well, looks like we either have to go through here, explore the rest of the building, or... I'm no stranger to danger.
Room, right?
Sorry?
There was nothing in this room.
Oh, there's lots of
Nothing
stuff.
left.
Nothing left in the room.
Okay.
Just now the scream came from this area, but since it's still barred from this side, most likely whoever screamed went up the.
So I'm gonna search the big room for secret doors.
The big room. Okay, make a investigation check. Everyone who wants to search the big room. Intelligence investigation. Braylon, Don John, Argus. Okay. Searching the big room, you find... all right. Yeah, you find just one secret door. The shelves to the western part of the room have a loose shelf, and it slides out of the way, and there's a door beyond. Right there.
All right, let's go that way.
So do you want to go through that door or the barred door? Or back upstairs?
We'll go through here.
Alright, Eddie, you're going to open the secret door.
Hmm.
There is a flight of stairs that head down. The ground is a little bit slippery looking. Moisture and such condensing on the stone floor. And a little bit of slime too, maybe.
Can I
It
check
smells
if
like
like
water.
the current time is a high tide time in the almanac?
Sure. Currently it is not high tide. High tide is hours away. It's probably close to low tide right now.
All right, then it's a good time as I need to go.
Can I whisper to my friend Argus over here if he wants to take lead,
Or Eddie.
or Eddie? We can either go like big and strong or small and sneaky.
You guys want to go sneak?
Are you going to go and lead, Eddie?
I can lead unless if you guys wanted to sneak up there.
Who wants to go first? All right.
Yeah, Eddie will.
All right. So you see some torchlight to the left, darkness to the right. Yeah, that's all you see from there. And let me just double check something real quick here. All right. Got it. Ready to go.
Do we hear anything in this area?
You do not. So there's torchlight to the left and an empty room to the right. The empty room to the right. What's it look like? It's an uneven, naturally formed cavern about 20 feet in diameter, slimy looking. Less traveled, obviously, and no torches. You can see it continues around the corner. Alright. Put you guys where you want to be when Braylon gets to there, say. Okay. Don John, you guard in the rear?
Yep.
Make a perception check for me. Argus, your
There
passive
you go.
16. Alright, so with Argus, the 16 passive. Alright. You hear someone coming down the tunnel toward you, Don John, before they get to you. And at the same time, It's going to be bad. This is going to be bad. Okay, so you see those guys around the corner, Don John.
Uh huh.
They're trying to sneak up on you, but they aren't being stealthy enough to even sneak up on a dwarf. And at the same time,
By my beard.
with a soggy slap, two big patches of green slime come dropping down on Eddie and Braylon. But let me double check something. Make sure there's not a perception check to see this, because there probably is. There we go. All right, green slime. Look it up in the DMG. Green slime. All right. There is not. Okay, so two green slimes come dropping on you guys. Everyone roll initiative, please. The bandits coming at you. Everyone in there? Okay. So first the slime dropping on Eddie. It does the following. 5-foot patch. 10 dex save to avoid if you spot it. No save if you don't. We'll say you spot it. So DC 10 dex save to jump out of the way. Looks like Braylon did not jump out of the way. Eddie, you get a try too. Okay, Eddie, you dive out of the way. Braylon, I was rolling damage for Eddie, so let me roll damage for you. Green slime for Braylon does contact, deals 6 acid damage. And it will repeat at the start of its turn. You need to basically scrape it off of you. And anything you use to scrape it off you is going to be destroyed, most likely. Okay. And it'll be at the start of every round. That'll happen instead of the start of your turn. So, first act is Braylon. Braylon, what do you want to do? You muted if you're talking.
Did you hear me?
Nope. What do you want to do, Braylon?
I'm gonna try to scrape it off.
Using what?
I'll use my rapier. That's all I got. I don't think I've got a dagger, so I'll use my rapier.
Are you sure you don't have anything else? Let's see. What's your gear say?
Oh, I got an axe. I'll use my axe.
You got hand axes. Okay, so you scrape it off with your hand axe. That takes an action. You can also take your movement to move somewhere, and your hand axe is destroyed by that.
Okay, I'll step back 2.
Okay. After Braylon, the scout goes. The scout sees they've been found out, so he backtracks, and he heard the plop of the green slime. See, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. He gets to here, 5 to there to get a straight shot on Eddie with his light crossbow. 15 does not hit Eddie. 6 to there. He's done. Then Galadwin, your turn.
Question: are the green slimes still around?
They are. If I've patched, no save. Don't deal assassin. You screw it. They're not any danger to you. They are still there, but they're not any danger to you.
Okay, so we can ignore them, right?
You can run around them, yeah.
Okay, I hex the scout and Eldritch Blast immediately after.
All right. Z Hex is up. The Eldritch Blast.
Hex on strength.
Okay, the Eldritch Blast is a miss. Then move where you like, Galadwin, and then the bandit goes. The bandit closes in you, Don John. 1, 2, 3. Comes to there, stabs at you or slashes at you with his scimitar, missing. Don John, your turn.
Well, seems like this bandit picked the wrong scouting time, and I'm gonna attack him a few times with some hand axes. So I'm gonna dual wield 2 hand axes and make a attack with my action and a bonus attack with my bonus action.
All right. The 22 connects, does 8 points damage to the guy, And then the 14 also connects, and it will do 2 damage to the guy.
And which 2 would it take? The second one? I mean, they both rolled a 2, but would it always take the second roll because it doesn't add that +3? Or
No, it would always take the first roll, but subtract 3 off of it.
okay, got it. Thanks.
You bet. So it did 2, got that. Anything else, Don John?
Nope, that's it.
All right. After your turn, Eddie, your turn.
Okay. What's this scout wearing? Is he wearing like leather armor? Or?
He is wearing, yep, leather armor.
Okay. Eddie's gonna scoot up to here and he's gonna take his longsword out.
16 gets through the scout's armor, does 11 points of slashing damage to him. He's still alive. Anything else, Eddie?
That'll be it.
Argus, your turn.
I'm going to try and take a shot at the one that attacked Don John. And miss.
And then move where you like. And then the last of the bandits goes. He comes up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to there. Slashes at Eddie with his scimitar. Missing. That round is over. You hear, Don John, you hear more coming around the corner to the west. And you see a bandit and a couple more scouts come rushing around the corner. Add them to the initiative. And the first person to act now is Braylon.
Down to here and swing at the scout.
Oh yeah, that connects and runs them through.
Okay, let's see. 3, 4. I'll move over to here. Now be my turn.
All right, next is after Braylon is Galadrin.
I use my bonus action to move my hex to the scout over here,
All right.
and I'll just
10 does not get through Bandit's turn. Attacking Don John with his scimitar. Critting Don John for 11 points of damage.
Yep.
Scout's turn. He comes up 1, 2, 3 to there, shoots his light crossbow at Don John. 22 connects for 4 damage to the dwarf.
Down.
Don John drops Argus. He ducks back to there. He's done. Don John, death save.
Wow. Is that just a which button is that?
Your A16 button, armor button. 1 success. So put a green with the number 1 on it on your guy. Eddie, your turn.
Okay.
Don't forget, when the things get hairy, most of you have inspiration.
Yes. And he's going to attack. Actually, I was looking at something else, but yeah, I'll go ahead and attack.
All right, 23 connects, doing 5 damage to him. And then Argus, your turn.
I'm going to actually divine smite that.
Okay. That does an extra 8 radiant and drops him.
Then I'm gonna dash up here. 10.
All right, Argus, your turn.
I am going to move up here and pour my potion of healing into Don.
Nice, you can roll that. Then this bandit comes rushing around the corner. 1, 2, 3, 4,
6.
5.
Yeah.
Slashes Eddie with his scimitar, missing. And then the scout goes 1, 2, 3, 4, and shoots his crossbow at that wizard back there in the back, Galadwin. 6 misses you, Galadwin. Rounds over. Braylon, your turn. Yep, death saves reset.
3, 4. And this is a bad guy here, right?
It is a bad guy, yep.
All right, so we'll swing it that one.
Okay.
Green plain blade. Damn. So 11.
11 would miss. You'd have to get up to him, though, right? So you squeeze on in there, say. Galadwin, your turn.
I told the dead on the nearly dead bandit.
Alright, wisdom save. Ooh, he resists. After... Anything else, Galadwin?
After that, I shift the hex to the undamaged bandit.
Alright, you can't see him from there. You can move to where you can see him, though. If you move up to where you can see him, and then hex him. Then, the almost dead bandit, Don John, just got healed, right, Don John?
Yep.
So he steps over your body because you're still prone. And also, when you fall down unconscious, you drop whatever was in your hands, unfortunately. So you don't have a weapon in your hand. So he just moves on like you're
Can
not
I
even
punch
there.
him?
Yeah, you can try and punch him.
Alright, I'm gonna punch him.
All right.
Is that just what's an unarmored attack?
Just a strength check. Make a strength check.
13?
13. That is a hit, and it does
It's gonna be a 4.
4 damage, I believe. All right. You bop his kneecap and drop him down to the ground.
That's what you get for walking over me.
The scout sees you did that, closes in on you. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Crap.
Drops his light crossbow in the way, draws his short sword, multi-attack, and first one. Oh, they get that with a ranged attack. Shoot, I'm forgetting. 18 for 8, finishing Don John off.
That's down again.
And then goes to here and takes his second swing at Braylon, missing. Don John, death save.
Oh, goodness.
That
One fail.
is a fail, so red 1 for you. Eddie, your turn.
Okay. Right, he's going to attack. He'll attack this guy.
Ooh, miss. What else do I do?
I don't think there's.
Your turn, Argus.
I will move down and I'll go ahead and use my inspiration for advantage and shoot the scout that knocked Don John down.
All right. Crit for 11, 12, 13, 14, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 points of piercing damage. The scout drops to a knee as it pulls the arrow out of its leg. Bandit's turn. This one north of Eddie. Turns and points at Galadwin, cursing at yelling some sort of obscenities at her and calling her a witch and pointing to the other scout to kill her. But then turns his attention to Eddie and swings his scimitar and misses. Then the other scout, who just got direction from the bandit, moves there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Drops his scimitar on the way and multi-attacks on Galadwin.
Drops his scimitar?
I mean his light crossbow.
Gotcha.
Oh, first one's a 9. Dropping Galadwin unconscious unless you
down.
can block it. And then that was all his movement, so he's done. That round is over. Braylon, your turn. Braylon, your turn.
I will actually just swing at this this one here in front of me.
All right.
Green flame blade again.
You swung at the one to your northeast or the one straight north?
Swing at this one.
That one. Okay.
Yeah, straight ahead.
Kill him and do 3 to this guy. Got it. Anything else?
Nope.
All right. After Braylon's done, Galadwin, death save. So click your token and then click the A13 button, the one just to the right of your initiative button. That is 1 success. So you can put a green 1 on your guy, which I just did. Galadwin's done. Donjon, death save.
Yep, I'm gonna use inspiration on this one, Tom.
That's smart. And you're back in the
I'm
fight.
up.
Way to use that inspiration. You are conscious. That resets. Boom. You're still prone, and your hand axes are out of your hands, so you gotta stand up and
Hey,
grab
I
one.
punched the dude to death before.
Or more.
I'm okay.
What are you doing? You get to go. You get your whole turn.
Oh, I'm just gonna grab my stuff, stand up.
And you can still attack too. Grabbing 1 thing's free.
Oh.
Grabbing 2 things takes your action, but you can grab 1 thing or draw your great sword or draw your maul.
Just gonna draw my greatsword,
Okay.
walk over here, slash the dude.
All right. Yeah, that dropped him in half, cut him in half, down he
And
goes.
I'm going to second wind myself.
Blood splatters all across the walls. Donjon is done. Eddie, your turn. There's only 1 left all of a sudden.
Yeah.
It went from
and
looking
he's
bad to
gonna
looking good in like a split
Back
second.
from the death.
swing. Attack.
Eddie lets that scout have it, doing 5 damage to him. Oh, I should not apply damage till you tell me your damage, because when you announce the damage, that tells me whether or not you use your smite. So I'll wait for you to announce the damage. So when you take your turn, Eddie, say I hit armor class 19 for 5 damage, or I hit armor class 19, I'm going to smite, and then add your damage. All right, after Eddie, Argus, your turn.
Try and shoot him.
That connects. That does 8. That is not quite enough. And the scout's turn. All right, the scout surrenders, throws down his weapons. I give. You guys can do with him as you will. Well, we should stay around because you gotta get Galadwin saved. So he's surrendered. He's doing nothing. Braylon, your turn.
All right, I'm going to pour a potion of healing down now.
All right. Go ahead and roll that for
Sure.
Galadwin.
Actually, just hold that potion. I'm just gonna touch
Okay.
it for 1.
All right.
Save the potion.
Very good. Galadwin, you are back among the conscious.
I'm going to tie the scout up.
Okay, you start tying that scout. The torches are flickering in the hallway. As you start tying, you hear, Dawn! Dawn! Someone yelling down the hall.
Dawn?
Someone yelling down the hall toward you guys. And then it stops.
Do we know what this person sounds like? Can we tell? them to
Male.
say everything's
Sounds like a
okay?
male. Yeah, human, maybe. So there's definitely some more people down the hall. They were trying to figure out what happened at the end of the fight. It
I use
seems like
Awaken Mind. Yeah, I use Awaken Mind on the bandit or scout, the scout,
okay.
and tell him to order him to tell the others that he's okay, or else he will.
Oh, nice, nicely done. Okay, so you can take the cross off your guy. Did you guys ever roll her healing potion? Oh no, you only did 1 hit point of
No,
healing, right?
yeah.
That was a
One-
healing potion
one
on
touch.
me.
Oh, okay. So 1 point back. The person doing the healing potion on themselves is actually 2d4 plus 2 is the healing.
What is it on someone else?
Same, 2d4 plus 2.
Okay.
Galadwin's got 1 hit point back, and nice use of Awakened Mind. So Awakened Mind, communicate telepathically with a creature you see in 30 feet, no need to share language. Okay. He says, we took care of him! He yells out. And then, why don't you guys take up a position you want, because you hear someone coming.
Can I pick up both my hand axes from the ground?
You bet. You grab your hand axes, move to where you want to go to.
Yep.
You even have like a split second to cast a spell, or down another potion if you got one. Lay on hands if you want. That kind of thing. This guy, you had just started to bind him when that happened. So he's not completely bound. He could probably break free pretty quick and easy.
I'll stay there with him then.
Okay.
Keep him, finish tying him.
All right. So you're waiting there, holding your breath, Eddie. Eddie, Don John, you don't hear or see anything.
Being
Braylon, you
quiet.
don't hear or see anything. And then nothing comes around the corner. And back out of combat time. Do what you guys like.
Okay, do I have this guy tied up?
You turn back and finish tying him up. Done.
Okay. So now I'll move to here and ask these guys, do you want me to step out? Or do we want to move out and see where we can see down this way?
Yeah, you want to sneak around the corner, see what you can.
Yeah.
Okay, make a stealth check, Braylon. That is a 14. And let's see what you see. And your perception, Braylon, is a 13. Alright. You see there's a chamber ahead, and there is a guy hiding around the corner. Another bandit. You see him just peek his head underneath the torch. There is also a tunnel that heads south with more torches that direction. You think you saw behind the bandit maybe some bolts of cloth lying on the floor. And with your 14, I mean, no one seems to have noticed you.
Okay, I'm going to take my bow and I'm going to step to here. Or at least step down to where I can take a shot at this guy.
Alright.
What?
Roll initiative. You'll get to have a surprise round on them, but roll initiative anyway, so we can see how fast the others react. All right, Braylon, take your shot. This is your surprise round. You're the only person going this round. A 23 connects. 11 drops him. He falls, slumps down to the ground. What else you want to do, Braylon?
Okay, I will move over to here to see if I see anything else in this room.
Okay, let me see what these guys... No. Oops. And... Alright, when you get to there, you see a hobgoblin hiding just around the corner that you didn't spot before. And also in the room is contraband. There is... Oh, shoot. Let's see, this cavern, like the passages leading to it, is well lit by torches held in simple iron brackets around the walls. You can see 5 small bolts of cloth stacked against the wall to your left, and to your right are 8 small casks in a neat row, and 1 hobgoblin in your face. Anything else, Braylon? Oh,
Nope.
the hallway to the right. The incline of the passage is perceptibly greater in that area. Coarse matting has been laid in places on the floor, negating some of the slope's slipperiness, and you can hear coming from that direction the sound of waves.
Okay. I'll back up 2.
Okay. All right. Next act is, or the first round of real combat. The hobgoblin goes first. He comes rushing out, and let's see. He is wearing. This guy's actually wearing scale mail with various nautical motifs and shells on it. Also has a shield. Also swings his longsword at you. 21 to hit for 4 slashing, Braylon.
Okay. I pull myself out, so I'm coming right back.
Okay.
But I'll take the 4 damage.
4 damage on your way back. Argus, your turn.
For now, I will keep an eye on this bandit, aiming my bow at him, just telling him not to do it.
Okay. Galadrin, your turn.
I move forward, shift the hex to the hobgoblin using bonus action, cast Eldritch Blast, and move back to the...
I'm pretty sure the hex is down because you were knocked unconscious, right?
Oh, yes, you're
Yeah.
right. Okay.
But Eldritch Blast of a 16 unfortunately does not hit this guy.
Yep, that's
All
it.
right. After Galadwin, Braylon, you see a man step out from behind the kegs of what must be brandy, where he was hiding, and he looks to be a magic user of sorts, and he will cast magic missile at you. 3 missiles come streaking your way, doing a grand total of 10 points of force damage. Eddie, you
Okay,
see
I'm down.
Braylon slump down to the ground. And I need to track his spells. So that'll be your first level, 1 spell used. And Braylon, your turn. Death save, Braylon.
Was that a con?
No, click your guy and then click the A17 button, the one just to the right of your initiative. That's a 6 on your death save. It's actually it's a saving throw with no modifiers, is what it is. Doesn't use
Okay.
your con mod. Okay, Braylon is done. Donjon, your turn.
I'm gonna run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and do a survival check to try and stabilize Braylon.
Medicine check.
I meant that, yeah.
Wisdom medicine, okay. He is stable. So, let's put this on 9 for stable. After Donjon is... Okay, Donjon, you hear another hobgoblin come running up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to there, and he will ready when he gets in position with his longsword. And then you see you hear a scout come in. And he will ready with his crossbow. And Eddie, your turn.
Eddie is going to.
I did not even have this scout initiative. Let me add his turn. He'll go dead last after Eddie. And thanks to Argus training his bow on him, he'll do nothing. And Argus, you can have inspiration for covering that. Go ahead, Eddie.
Yeah, deciding on what I want to do here. Let's see. Eddie's gonna come up here, and then he's gonna cast a fog cloud.
(120 feet, 20-foot radius). So let's see here. Spells, 20-foot radius. Go ahead and place that where you want to center it. It will be heavily obscured in there, so no one will be able to see anyone in there. You like that, Eddie? You'll be able to see 5 feet is all. So you can see the person standing next to you, but nothing beyond that.
Yeah, we'll do it just like that.
Do it there? Okay, let me double check, make sure that's actually spot. Yep, that's actually spot. Okay, so the whole area thematically appropriately is covered in fog. And after Eddie. Oh, and the scout that was readied. Or the scout that was in the very back doesn't do anything, so that round is over. And I forgot the hobgoblin was readied right there. So he attacked you, and the scout also attacked you with his light crossbow as you rushed up. So the scout hit you for 12, Eddie.
But that's a disadvantage when I cast the...
No, he was ready. They attacked you when you moved up. And then the other guy missed you. They were both readied to shoot you when you came up. Okay, so they're done. And then the hobgoblins attacking Eddie with his longsword. 18 is not enough to hit Eddie, thanks to his training in defense. Argus. From there, Argus, you can't see the enemies, but you can see your allies, even the ones in the fog.
Would I have advantage on an attack against a restrained person?
You would, yep.
I'm gonna pull out my rapier and non-lethal bash him with it to try and knock him.
Okay. All right. You club him, but he's still conscious. Anything else, Argus? Oh, you have advantage.
No,
you can do your sneak attack too, so you can finish him off. Knock him out.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you get a sneak attack because he's restrained. Good thing you only had 1 hit point left. He is unconscious now. And you can finish your movement, Argus, where you want. And Galadwin, your turn.
I can't see any of the enemies, right?
No enemies. You could certainly do an area of effect if you had such a thing. Or help your allies.
But for help, we need to be next to the target that we're trying to help for, right?
I meant like give him a pushing healing or something like that.
Oh.
But yeah, you're right. It'd be hard to do the help action for your allies.
Can I cast Toll the Dead on the space in front of where Eddie is, just blind?
No, Toll the Dead requires you to target a creature you can see.
Okay, then I'll just blind fire Eldritch Blast.
That might also require the same thing. Let's find out. Nope. Fire away.
Okay, so it should be disadvantage, right?
Yep. It'll be actually straight up because they can't see you shooting either. So the one to the east of Eddie?
In that general direction, yeah.
All right. So that is a hit for 1. After you, Semble's turn. Okay, magic missiles are right out. You could blind fire Ray of Frost at Eddie. It's a 24 to hit Eddie for 1 cold, but you resist cold, don't you?
I don't. I'd have to check. Let me see.
You do.
There's
You
a
do resist cold, so you take
cold-blooded.
0 damage from that.
Okay.
Braylon, your turn.
Braylon's down.
I'm just stable.
You are stable, that's right. Okay. Donjon, your turn.
I'm gonna jump on in here and just gonna attack as best as I can.
All right. The 9's miss. 23 is a hit for 3 damage to the guy.
Yep. And that'll be it.
After Donjon, hobgoblins go. Okay, the hobgoblin to the south, it's attacking Eddie with his long sword. Oh no. Oh no. He also gets martial advantage, but it won't matter. So Eddie, you are down to 0. Unconscious, drops to the ground. Fog cloud's concentration, I believe, right?
Yeah, that's down.
Okay, so the fog cloud goes down. Sandblaze says surrender. The hobgoblin's done. The scout's turn to go. Sandblaze did a cantrip last time. Sandblaze shouts surrender to you guys. The scout levels his crossbow at Donjon, who in the confusion of the fog cloud went into the stone. So you're actually standing over
Oops.
Braylon's body.
Yep.
No problem. So the scout just readies. Looks like he'll fire if you don't throw down your weapons. Eddie, death save. One fails. That's a red 1 for you. And then the other scout is unconscious, so I'll just take him out of initiative. Then that round's over, and the hobgoblin will ready an attack on the dwarf. Should the dwarf now throw down his weapons? Argus, your turn.
I throw down my weapon, but I tell them I need to help my companion here, so I make a miss.
Go for it. None of them take an attack on you when you do. Okay, you stabilize Eddie, so you guys are both stable. Argus is done. Galadwin, your turn.
I try to hide since. Wait, do they know I'm here?
No. No, you're,
I try to hide.
you're away. Okay. All right. So assuming you don't keep fighting, this is what happens.
Yep, I'm done.
If you do keep fighting, let me know. All right. So they gather you guys together, tie you up, and throw you in. Let's see, they'll throw you in. They won't put you somewhere they can lock up. There's really no secure rooms in this place.
None that we won't fall through.
None that you won't fall through the floor and or be able to escape from. All right.
That too.
So they grab you guys and they take you upstairs. All the way up to the 2nd floor. They take all your weapons and all your gear. And secure you in a room. Actually, I'm gonna put you. Yeah. So they're dragging these guys upstairs. Gladwin, what do you want to be doing while that's happening?
I try to follow them as far away as possible while still being able to hear them move.
Ah, okay, very good. This place is creaky enough that you'll be able to do that without any difficulty. If you guys zoom out, all the way out, let me get Gladwin too. And one hobgoblin. So they take you upstairs. They take you into this area. They take you up these stairs, which lead up to a balcony. With a hallway heading to the north and a hallway heading to the west. and the hallway that you're in. With doors there. Alright. So they line you guys up against the wall. They tie you up, they take your weapons and such. They post a hobgoblin at the door. And then they head back. So the two hobgoblins and the one scout, I believe it is. Yeah. The two hobgoblins and the one scout that were both alive at the end of the fighting are the ones that accompany you. The wizard doesn't accompany anyone. He instead heads back to his chambers and sees that you guys have taken everything and is furious and, in fact, searches your guys' bodies to see who has it, finds out it's not all there, demands his remaining hobgoblin to scour the place until they find whoever that person is who got away with his books. So they're doing that. And you're able to avoid him pretty easily, Galadwin. So then you're able to come up to the second floor of the place. And kind of how you run of the place, as long as you stay away from them. You know, up the stairs and down the hall is where you saw them take the bodies, and there's a hobgoblin on guard up there. You also know that outside the walls are easy to climb, the windows are mostly broken, so there's another avenue of approach there. What would you like to do? Hey, Tanith, could you move your mic away or mute it or something? Thanks.
I try to make my way outside the house and work my way around to the window outside the room.
Alright. So you get outside of the window that's outside the room, so you are over here. Eventually. You know there's a hobgoblin guarding the door into the room, and your friends are in the room. By the time Galadwin evades the guards and gets into position and such, Eddie and Braylon, you both have regained 1 hit point. So you're both conscious now, and Argus and Donjon fill you in on what happened. You guys are without weapons. They didn't strip your armor off of you. They didn't get around to that, so you still got your armor on. The room that you're in, it looks pretty precarious. The floor looks pretty bad all the way around. The place is dirty. It's a decaying bedroom with no furniture in it. The floor does not look safe. Some of the floorboards are missing, others are partially dislodged. And those of you guys who are conscious before Eddie and Braylon come back to consciousness know that there's a guard posted outside the door.
Is the window open? Can they squeeze out of it? Or
It's mostly broken, so you can just break the rest of what's left. It's about 15 feet up to it, so it'll be a short little climb down. They didn't take your gear either, so if you have any kind of backpacks with a rope, you still have that.
Yep, I use Awaken Mind again towards Argus and tell him that I'm outside the window, so if they want to come down, I can help.
All right, and let's see. You might have seen where they took their weapons and such, and their weapons and such, as far as you know, are left all in the same room as the barrels and the bolts of cloth that they were hiding out in. You know the hobgoblin and the humanoid, or the human that are down there, are patrolling there as well as all other parts of the house. And there's only those two, plus the one on guard duty outside the door here, so they're a pretty sparse crew right now. So you guys are able to climb out the window and rejoin Galadwin. This all takes, a matter of an hour or two before you guys can reconnect.
Okay. Who's low on hit points besides me?
Well, Braylon is at 1 out of 11. Don John is 11 out of 22. Argus is full. And Gladwin is 1 out of 8. So 1 out of 8, 1 out of 11, 11 out of 22.
Sorry?
Oh,
We were talking about hit points left. Don John's 11 out of 22.
Yep.
um, what I'll do is I'm going to lay on hands for 10 on myself, and I'm going to help anybody that happens to go down.
Got it. Does anyone else want to drink any of their
That's
free healing
revival.
potions or cast any spells?
I already drank my potion.
All right. So,
I drank mine earlier too.
what would you guys like to do? You can make a group stealth check to sneak back into where your weapons are and evade the hobgoblin and the human that are on patrol. If you fail the group stealth check, you'll probably run into them. In which case, you'll be down to fisticuffs and Gladwin spells.
Oh boy, do I like a fight.
Or how far down is the water from here?
It is about 50 feet or so down. You want to come in
Yeah,
through the
well,
cave mouth?
Yeah.
That'll give you advantage on
what
your
we
stealth check to get your gear if you want to do that.
Yep.
Yeah.
We can go and try to look for the other way in.
All right. So, everyone make a stealth check, and you will have advantage on your check. Wait, stop. Anyone who hasn't rolled, don't roll
Oh.
yet. A couple of you are still afraid from that howling sound, which should possibly go away. Argus, make another wisdom save. And Eddie, make another wisdom. No, it's just Argus, it looks like. So Argus, make a wisdom save. Okay, so the fear has gone away, Argus. So, now you can make your stealth check with advantage. And you need 3 more successes, looks like. Oh wait, Braylon got a 12, so that's good. Oh yeah. Gladwin 14, Eddie 18, because you used the first one because you had advantage, offsetting your disadvantage. Alright. Whose idea was it to go through the sea caves?
Eddie.
Eddie, very good. Good job, Eddie. So you lower your ropes down, you climb down the cliff, you come along the beach, and you come into the caves, which are down here. Bum, bum, bum. All right. So this is what you find there. First, you go through the room with the boat. This cave opens directly to the sea. There's little water in the cave, but there's obvious high water mark 3 feet above the floor. And in fact, it's starting to move towards that now. We've gone past the low water tide point. Pulled up into the sloping cave floor is a small boat, perhaps large enough for 8 people, with oars, a step-down mast, and a neatly furled sail. A rope tied to the boat is being held down by a large boulder that serves as an anchor. Around the corner, you find some more contraband. 3 bolts of cloth, 5 small casks in the middle of the floor resting on a piece of coarse matting. The casks are brandy, it looks like. And then you get back to the room with your gear in it, or your weapons. And that cave is this one up here. It's got 5 bolts of cloth and 8 casks of brandy in it. And you did this when the patrol was somewhere else. You're not sure where exactly, but somewhere else. And you got all your weapons and stuff again. These crates and barrels and such, they're worth some money, but they're pretty bulky. You could carry them in the boat if you wanted to sail away here on the boat.
doesn't seem like a very legal operation going on here.
I mean, at this point, we could just take the brandy and the cloth, try to ship them back to town, resupply it properly, and then come back later.
I like that.
Well, you can take a short rest now and press on if you want.
I like that even more.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, let's take a short rest.
Go ahead and spend your hit dice. You can do it manually, or you can click on your token and click the armor button. Oh, nice roll, Don John.
Is there a short rest button? Just roll the dice.
You can do the
Hey, you're a-
armor button to roll your hit dice. So, like Eddie, you just rolled a 12 for your first hit die. Galadrin rolled a 3 for her first and only hit die. So she's up to 4 hit points. Braylon rolled good. Braylon's back up to full. Eddie's way up on hit points. All right, so you take a quick breather here, bandage your wounds and such, deciding if you want to load the cargo in the boat and just leave, or press your advantage while you're here. They probably won't be here if you ever came back, so this might be your only chance to finish them.
Let's go. Let's try and
Let's clear out the
Get it.
building.
All right, do you want to go up the steps and into room where the bunks were, or what do you want to do?
yeah, let's go that way.
Okay.
And we'll stealth as best we can.
All right, you make it up to that room through the secret door. Carefully walk in there. You see there's no one in the room. The doors to the private quarters of that wizard are closed. The door with the bar across it's closed. The secret door on the north end is closed. The stairs up to the trapdoor in the ceiling. The trapdoor is closed.
Want to listen at this door?
Okay, you don't hear any sound there.
Yeah, let's open up this door here.
All right, put you guys where you want to be when you open that door.
I want to barge in,
Nice. Put you guys all
kind
where
of
you want
startle him.
Yep.
If you're all good,
Great sword equipped.
once you're happy with where you're standing, roll your initiative.
Yeah, please go first.
Oh,
All right. You go barge into the room. Galadwin, the door swings open. You see the human wizard standing there, looking back at you, ready to cast a spell in your direction. What do you want to do?
are we going in initiative or just scenario?
Galadwin's turn.
I Eldritch blast him in the face.
All right. He dodges. It flies by, hits the wall behind him. Don John, your turn.
I'm gonna just run up and spear tackle him to the ground.
Nice. Okay. Make a athletics check. You got a 9. He tries to dodge with his dex. Trips, falls, lands underneath you. Well, it doesn't land underneath you. I'm grappled.
Okay. I just want to yell, we got questions, you got answers, you're going to start talking.
I don't know why I have a 1. Oh, because he used 1 first level spell. Okay. Eddie, your turn. He's struggling. Okay, he's trying to cast a spell on you.
Right, can I grab his component pouch or something?
No, you can't.
No. Let's see.
Cover his mouth?
Yeah, that's yeah, I'm gonna stick a cloth in his mouth.
He's just grappled. He's not, like, restrained or anything. He's only grappled.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha.
All right, well, I'm gonna go to do some.
You basically, what you have to do now is, like, overpower him doing... You can do non-lethal damage with your weapon or
Yeah,
such, and that
gotcha.
basically reflects you grabbing him in such a way that he can't act at all. So you basically can attack him if you want.
Okay.
You can grapple him too, but it won't help any. Except for he won't be able to get out of a grapple unless he breaks both of your grapples. Okay, try and bash him over the head, knock him unconscious, gag him, etc. That's 11 damage to him.
Yeah.
Eddie's going. Braylon, your turn.
Guard at this door, and if anything opens it or comes through, I'm gonna attack it.
You are ready. Okay. His turn. He's struggling against Donjon. He casts Scorching Ray, firing rays at Donjon with disadvantage. Or should he do Magic Missile? He'll do Magic Missile at second level. So,
Oof.
4 missiles point blank at you, Donjon. 5, 9, 10, 13 points of force damage, Donjon.
Ooh.
And that's a second level spell. 1. Okay.
I'm sorry, it was how much?
13.
13?
13. And he's crying for help. Argus, your turn.
I will rapier, try and bash him over the head like I did the other.
Nice. He 16 hit for 9 points damage. He's struggling mightily against you guys. You almost got him pinned. One more round of that, you probably have him. But this door flies open, and your ready attack goes off, Braylon, as a hobgoblin is standing there. 13 doesn't connect with the hobgoblin, and let me roll their initiatives. All right. The scout. He levels his light crossbow, fires at Braylon. Braylon, you have cover. He misses you. And then Gladwin, your turn.
I hex the hobgoblin
Hex spell
for strength.
on the
Eldritch
hobgoblin.
Blast him and move.
Boom. He's got no cover from your angle. You need to hit arm class 18. You do. You do only 2 damage. And then move. Donjon, your turn.
I'm going to, as carefully as I can, non-lethal him with a maul.
Got it. Beating him into submission.
11 for 11.
11 actually hit. 11
Oh, yeah.
doesn't quite knock him out. Eddie, your turn.
Okay. Eddie's going to use his inspiration.
Nice advantage on the
He's
attack.
gonna attack.
Remember, you have to announce your damage, since you can do
Yeah,
extra.
I don't have any.
So 19 for
slots left.
19 for 6 is how you say it.
Yeah.
19 for 6.
So,
All right, 6 damage. He's still struggling. Braylon, your turn.
Green Flame Blade.
All right,
Uh,
class 18 is what you're
oh,
looking for. That's
damn.
not a hit. Anything else, Braylon?
nope.
The hobgoblin moves in to there. Swings his longsword at you. 18 for 6. Might have accidentally added 6, Braylon, instead of subtracted 6. And then added it again. There you go. Okay. Braylon, hobgoblin again. Senbele with his last gasp. Shoots out at second level a color spray. Um, hitting Donjon and Gladwin.
Oh, wow.
Blinding you, Donjon, I believe. Let's see. 30 hit points of creatures and ascending current hit points. Ignore blind. Blind. Okay. Wow. So you got 46 hit points. So blinding Donjon and just catching you, Gladwin, and blinding you. But that doesn't stop the being grappled by you, Donjon. Unfortunately
Yep.
for him. So he's done, and that was another second level spell. You know, I didn't write down how long that blind lasts. Spells, duration 1 round. Huh, I'll have to look that up. Okay. Sandblaze done. Argus, your turn.
I will. Hopefully, I will. I'm not going to use my inspiration yet. Bam, knock him out.
Nice. You finally got him muffled and knocked unconscious at the same time. The blindness
It says until the end of your next turn.
until your next turn. Okay, got it. And Argus is done. That round is over. The scout's turn. He comes in here, drops his light crossbow, draws his short sword. 1, 2, stabs Braylon with a short sword. 14 misses, stabs at him again. 21 hit for 8, dropping Braylon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to there. And Gladwin, you heard Braylon hit the ground. You know he's dying around that corner. What do you want to do?
The problem is I have no idea where he is, even if I can hear it.
You know he's around the corner. You can yell to your friends, and Argus, you heard it too. Gladwin, you are blind, though, this round.
Yeah, I can't really do much. I'll just make my way into the... That's all I can do for now.
Okay. Your friend's dying out there. Donjon, your turn.
Gonna try and gather anything I may have dropped in the room, orient myself, kind of patting against the wall and being in the corner.
Okay, your friend's dying out there, guys. Eddie, your turn.
Yep. Blind.
Eddie runs out of the room. So he gets to there. He's going to use his channel divinity.
Okay.
And he's going to light up his sword. And he's going to tell this scout that his master's is knocked out
Braylon, your turn.
and to surrender.
Alrighty. Your turn, Braylon. Death save. That is 1 failure. Hobgoblin's turn. He comes charging forward. Swings his longsword at Eddie. Misses. Sandblaze unconscious. Argus, your turn.
I will use my inspiration and shoot at the hobgoblin.
Okay. Advantage on the shot. 20 is a hit for 5 plus 3 more is 8. What else you want to do, Argus?
Can I slip around him, or would
No, not there.
I won't move then because I can't get by him.
Okay, that runs over. Scout's turn. He will swing his short sword at Eddie, and looks at the hobgoblin and says, "I'm out of here," and provokes Eddie.
Okay. Yeah, I'll attack.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6 goes running through the secret door, which is still open behind him. And Gladwin, your turn.
I Eldritch Blast the Hobgoblin.
That's a miss. Donjon, your turn.
Going to. This is a hard corner, right? This door.
Yeah, all sorts of hard corners there. Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna finish this guy off. 8 for 9.
Okay, Eddie, your turn. Braylon could
Okay.
die on his next turn.
I'm gonna finish my movement over here.
Okay.
Thank you. Right, Eddie's gonna run up. 5,
There we go. That's some teamwork.
20.
Hit you for 7, Eddie.
I'm gonna touch him. I'm gonna heal him for 1,
Got it. Braylon, you're
and then I'm gonna finish my move up to there.
conscious again, Braylon. What do you want to do?
And I tell this guy again to surrender.
Looks like he's running for it.
Yeah.
Braylon, let's see, you were unconscious on the ground, so you stand up, you draw your longbow, fire it, knock an arrow, fire it, and do 9 damage to him. -9. You're muted if you're talking, but I think you hit that guy. The hobgoblin, he will run. 1, 2, provoking.
Yep.
3, 4, 5, 6,
11 for 11.
7, 8, 9,
Not quite.
10, 12. Nope. Not on that hobgoblin. Unconscious. Argus, your turn.
Oh, sorry. Short bow on the hobgoblin.
Miss. Rounds over. Scout's turn. Scout provokes.
Okay.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
That's actually a 12.
Oh, nice. Does not hit, though.
Okay.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12. He makes it to the top of the stairs. Gladwin, your turn.
Eldritch Blast again.
Boom.
Yeah,
On who?
the goblin should be dead.
Goblin? Hobgoblin? Dropped him. Donjon, your turn.
What's the situation like right now?
All right,
Is
look,
there,
look around.
people to the north?
There's no one around. There's one scout ran up the stairs to the north.
Stairs to the north.
Yep, but you'll never catch him compared to Eddie and Braylon.
Yeah.
Not with
I'm
your
just
short
gonna
legs.
second wind myself.
Second win, and then Eddie, you can get up to where he was at with a double move.
Yeah.
Puts you right at the top of the stairs. He was like, he's on the next floor, but he's at the top of the stairs.
Yep.
Or if you had a range attack,
Get
you could
right
make
up
that.
to him.
Braylon, you can make your range attack on him. You can just see him up there.
To there and see him. Is that right? I can see him from there.
Those stairs are difficult terrain. You can see him from the bottom of the stairs even.
Okay.
And Eddie
So
was
I'll
at
take
the
a
top.
shot at him.
Eddie's up there.
Come on, baby.
Boom!
Nice.
Braylon pins him to the wall. All right, they are all dead. Samblay has, well, you just knocked him unconscious. He's got some stuff on him. He has, well, the hobgoblin does too. So the hobgoblin is wearing scale mail armor decorated with fish and shell motifs. Samblay has a long, delicate wooden pipe featuring a bowl made from smooth river stone. And he's got a set of masterfully crafted loaded gaming dice. Okay, during that short rest, you guys can identify some of this equipment. The scale mail the hobgoblin was wearing is actually Mariner's scale mail, which lets you swim and also brings you to the surface if you're dying underwater. And
I would like that.
let's see what else you got. Got the pipe that Sanbalay had on him. It's a pipe of remembrance, a common magic item. And what else? You found Assembly's spellbook, which has those spells in it. And that is it so far. You recall, as you're discussing things you've heard during your short rest, that, and you guys can take a second short rest if you had any hit dice left to spend. This place is supposed to be the home of some, or rumors are, some great treasures hidden in its walls. You don't know that you found any great treasures yet. And there's also supposed to be some sort of old alchemist here. And you don't know that you found anything resembling alchemy yet either. So, what do you guys want to do now?
Should we finally look behind this barred door?
I think we should ask our friend what's behind it and why is it so danger.
Sam Belay, you got him all gagged and bound and tied up in a corner. And
Yeah.
he glares at you and he says, there's undead skeletons in there.
Well,
What else is in there?
That's it. We didn't go past the skeletons to see if there's anything past them.
didn't go past or didn't get past?
Didn't go past.
Gotcha.
We just shut the door.
Well, I don't think the skeletons are going anywhere anytime soon. Maybe we can check out the rest of the house, come back either a different day with either a different objective or different goal or plan of attack, and maybe take out the skeletons.
Yeah, let's save them for later.
Okay, Don John, move your guy to the door or the hallway you want to head down. Upstairs, if you want to go somewhere else.
Before we head out, I kind of want to ask San Belay, just what all's going on here, because it seems not right, not legal, and I am very much in the legal trade. Because it seems like there's some very expensive goods of silks and brandies, and they're just being offloaded in a cave and not on an official dock.
Well, yeah. You're kind of
Can I
new.
ask,
You're new to
Sam
Saltmarsh,
Boy?
aren't you?
I arrived not too long ago, no?
Well, let's just say it's a form of trade that happens here quite a bit. Smuggling and that sort of thing. You know, the king doesn't need his share. The king can. The
yes,
king can.
the king.
He can take care of his own business.
Oh, it's a good thing to note.
So where to?
Upstairs?
Yep. Go ahead and put your guy where you want to go to.
What do you want?
Yeah, follow him upstairs.
Main room.
Just pick one, and they'll follow you. Okay, Eddie, you go up to the main room and down the hallway.
Yeah, we'll
All right.
comb it out then.
So, down the hallway to the west of the main room, there is a pair of doors to the left and right, and a single door at the end.
Okay.
The single door on the left opens up into a library. Inside there you see bookshelves around the walls, most broken. In many places they have come away from the wall. The few shelves that are still intact you see are empty, but there's a pile of books resting in the southwest corner. The pile of books is covered with cobwebs, vermin droppings, and mold. You can make out titles of 3 of the books: The Magical Properties of Gemstones by the Archmage Tensor, The Magical Properties of Herbs and Flowers by the Archmage Tensor, and The Metaphysics of Mathematics by the Mage Nystool.
Given what happened earlier, I'll pick up the books and try to search for any papers
Okay.
wedged.
There's 14 books, all partially ruined. Most are dull histories, collections of poems, etc. The third book you look in, you find a piece of parchment, which contains a few lines of handwritten text in common. Dampness has spoiled it so that only 2 words are legible. The 2 words that are written here, and this is obviously quite old, are Beyond Skeletons. And you finish searching the rest of the room and find nothing else of value in it. Or note.
So maybe we should go past the skeleton.
It could be death beyond skeletons.
Could be great treasure beyond skeletons.
Could be nothing beyond skeletons.
You're probably all right. Let's check the next room.
Yeah.
Um,
Tom, are you there?
Sorry. So you can see what was in the state. There's the desk. Several doors broken open. The central door is closed still and locked.
Would I be able to thieves tool the middle one open?
Yeah, make a thieves' tools check. You do. And everyone make a investigation check if you search the room. Intelligence investigation. Argus, you find a secret compartment in the central door that you just opened, and inside the compartment, wrapped in cloth, are 2 glass vials containing a red liquid that glimmers when you shake it, just like your other potions of healing that you have. You want to taste it and see if that's really what it is?
Just a little take test, yeah.
Argus, taste them.
Yeah.
They are both potions of healing. So 2 potions of healing added to your guys' inventory. And then you find anything else of value in the room? Which room next, Eddie?
Okay.
All
Yeah,
right.
we just go to the end hall.
That room. Nice big living area there. There's a door in the north wall that leads out to a patio, overrun with weeds. There's just some refuse in the southeast corner, and other than that, the room is bare. A search of that room, and you find you find some tracks that come into this room from the east, and they lead right to a secret door that you find in the floor. It's a secret trap door there. Some floorboards come up and lead down to the stairs that lead down to the big room with all the
The hall.
books in it. When you get within 5 feet of that door, a malevolent voice booms. And it says, "Welcome, fools. Welcome to your deaths." And the same fear washes over you, but now that you know what's happening and that all the danger is gone below, you don't have to make a save. And that's all you find.
Yeah,
So
so over here, it seems that the wizard's been placing these spells here and like making the house look spooky so that people think it's haunted. So because people avoid haunted houses, he gets to smuggle without interruption. Seems to be his operation.
there's a door
Yeah.
there and another door down the hall.
All right, we'll grab this door.
So this door, interesting little room here. The only thing to note is a clump of tiny red mushrooms growing around a fireplace in a semicircular formation. Otherwise, the room is bare.
Nature check on mushrooms.
Yeah, you're able to identify the kind of mushrooms they are. They're psychedelic, not poisonous, but in large quantities they could be dangerous.
Shall we take the mushrooms anyway? Might be useful later.
Maybe for the alchemist.
Did you want to search the room?
Yeah. Pick up the mushrooms. Yep.
Pick up the mushrooms, and did you want to search the room?
Yeah, we'll search.
Yes. All you have to do is say, hey, we go into this room and we search it. Boom. And I'll tell you what you find. Inside the room, you find a cavity inside a loose stone in the chimney. And there's 2 cut pieces of blue quartz there. All right, the next room. That room. Aside from a large metal plaster that's fallen from the ceiling above you, the room is bare.
Can we look at the ceiling and see what's up?
You cannot. It's still intact. The plaster's fallen though, and you can see the floorboards of the floor above. There's a few holes there, but you can't make out what's through them.
And this is probably just below the room where we were kept earlier.
Yep. So that clears out the ground floor. You got the upper floor or back down to the skeletons.
We'll go upstairs.
I'm gonna grab y'all, move y'all at once. Now you know there's a hobgoblin up there. So what do you want to do about that?
We're gonna discharge.
All right. Put everyone where you want to be when Eddie. You get to the top of the stairs. Roll initiative. Once you're happy where you're standing. At or behind Eddie. And you're all right here. Two more initiatives. I need Eddie's initiative. There we go. And I need Braylon's initiative. There you go. Okay. You go rush up the stairs, Eddie, to confront the hobgoblin who's standing guard in front of the door. And Galadwin, you go first. The stairs are difficult terrain, so are your allies. It's a hard corner at the top of the stairs.
If I stand behind Eddie, can I fire past?
You run up behind Eddie?
Yep, can I fire past him?
Yeah. But it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so it's a dash to get there.
Oh, okay, I get. It's difficult terrain.
Right. Donjon, your turn. You wanted to go behind him, right? Okay. Donjon, your turn.
Yep.
I will. 1, 2, 3. Pull out a hand axe and throw it. So this will only be a +2 instead of a +3.
You get your full strength, actually.
Oh, sorry. Then 11 for
11's a
8.
miss. Eddie,
Nope.
your turn. 24 hit for 10, almost dropping the Hobgoblin one blow. Hobgoblin swings back viciously at you with his longsword, missing, and then you guys finish him off. He was guarding the door to the room you guys were in. There's a door you already passed rushing by Eddie, and there's another door at the end of the hall. And the door at the end of the hall actually has a lock on it. And there's a key hanging from the wall right next to the door, strangely enough.
There's a key hanging from this door. Here.
Nope, this one down here.
Oh, that one down there.
Yep.
Feels like a trap.
We'll try and open this door.
You open that door? Alright. Inside you see... Oops. Inside you see... no furniture. Rubbish scattered everywhere and webs covering the walls and ceiling. There's a glint of light in the fireplace from a small, highly reflective object.
Argus will take a closer look.
Alright. Put everywhere where you guys want to be when Argus gets there.
I watch for spiders to appear and yeah.
Once you're happy where you're standing, roll initiative. Because spiders do appear. Okay, Don John. The creepy crawly things come down from the webbing around the doors and crawl out of the fireplace when Argus gets closer. Argus, the thing inside the fireplace appears to be, or is, what is it? Let's see. Inside the fireplace. A small flat-bottomed crystal orb. Okay, Don John, what you can do?
Gonna do 1, 2, 3, and attack the spiders with my maul. 8 for 12.
8 misses. Braylon, your turn.
Green flame blade.
10 misses. The spiders crawl over Don John and bite the dwarf, missing. And then the spiders crawl over Eddie and bite Eddie. 22 for 5, Eddie.
Oh man, damn spider.
Argus, your turn.
I will use the help action on the spiders on Don John for whoever attacks.
Don John, you got advantage. Oh, you have to actually
Okay.
help a person specifically. Argus.
Then I'll be helping Galadwin with.
Galadwin, okay. Eddie, your turn.
Okay. And he's gonna scrape off some spiders.
12, that does hit. It does 3 to those spiders. And then Galadwin, your turn. You have advantage on the spiders to the north.
Yep, Eldritch Blast spiders to
That does 3 force. They take full damage from force. They resist weapon damage. Don John, your turn.
Gonna attack the spiders on me. 20 for 14 bludgeon.
Wow, that's a big one. That does 7 to him.
Yep.
Braylon, your turn. 11 does not connect. Spider's turn. Attack on Don John. Miss. Attack on Edward. Miss. Eddie. Argus, your turn.
Continue helping Galadwin.
Eddie, your turn. 13, that does 11. Does 5. Galadwin, your turn.
same target.
12 is enough. Does 7 force. And then Don John, your turn.
Attack him again.
6
Nope.
does not connect. Braylon, your turn. You don't
Wow.
connect. Spider stack.
Wow.
Spider stack and Don John with the bites. Eddie with the bites. Both miss. Argus.
Helping.
Eddie. Eddie does 7 or 3, I mean. Galadwin. Advantage on the
Lost
ones to the
again.
north. You hit and destroy that batch of spiders. Don John.
I'm gonna 1 to attack the spiders. 21 for 8 bludgeon.
4 to those guys. Braylon, your turn.
Do the same.
Green Flame Blade. You know, if there's no one adjacent to him, you don't have to roll the Green Flame Blade. Because it doesn't do anything. 5 damage.
What's got?
Not till your next level does it do more damage to the things next to you, or 5th level, or 6th level. 5th level? Yeah, 5th level. Alright, last bite from the spiders on Eddie. 13, and then you guys finish them off. 13 to hit, so they don't do any damage to Eddie. Okay, so you find the thing that drew your attention in the fireplace is just kind of a not very valuable piece of crystal. It looks odd, though. Small flat-bottomed crystal orb. Might be part of a set of similar crystals used as counterweights for alchemical work. So you gather that and take it with you. There's the room next door that you've already been in, because you were imprisoned there. And then there's the locked door down the hall with a key hanging on the wall beside it.
The key looks like a trap, so can I Eldritch Blast the string holding the...
Uh-huh, yeah. It falls to the floor and clatters on the wood. No blast or anything goes off.
Should we see if we can look into it from the outside? Or do we want to just go in?
Yeah, Braylon will pick the key up, put it in the lock.
Okay. And open the door?
Yeah.
Alright. There is a single person in the room. The floor of this room also looks pretty dangerous, similar to the ones you guys were being held in. In the southeast corner of the decaying bedroom is a man. He's still alive, though he is bound and gagged. He's clad only in undergarments.
Does he look like an older man or a younger man?
Younger.
So I'll go in and I'll take the gag off of him. Ask him who he is.
Okay. Braylon, as you go stepping into the room, and everyone else can back out of the room. Braylon goes there. When you step into the room, the floor gives way under your feet, and you need to make a dexterity saving throw to jump back in time to not fall to the ground below. And it's DC 12, I think.
Can I give him a hand?
No, you can't. You try. And he falls. Oh. Well, you
As
can't.
I'm falling, I holler at the guys and say, I'll see you on the...
You can't die. The worst damage you can take is 6, but it does knock you unconscious when you hit the ground. So you guys gotta rush down and grab him. You have anything to get him back to positive hit points?
Yeah, I'll touch him for 1 hit point.
Alright, you're back to 1. So, the floor right in front of the door is not safe, and now is a gaping hole.
I won't step there again.
Yeah. What about, is there a way that we can feel the floor?
Yeah, you could like prod it with something.
Yeah. See if it's stable.
Okay, so it's all dangerous in the western part of the room. You can kind of caddy corner around the door, you think, and as long as you stay near the north and east walls, you think you should be okay. Looks pretty sturdy there. But you definitely don't want to go down near the west walls. So, hugging the walls, you're safe. The man's gagged and bound, and he hears you coming, and he heard the crash. And he's like, looks at you like with his eyes pleadingly.
Yeah, we'll ungag him.
Ungag him. Oh, thank you, thank you. He tells you his story. He tells you that I was traveling to Saltmarsh, looking for adventure, and I saw this place. I thought I'd check it out. Bad move. Something hit me in the head. I forget the rest of what he was doing. Let me find it here. Boom. Yeah, something knocked me out. He rubs the back of his head when he says that, and you can see there's a large bump there. I woke some hours ago, bound and gagged in this room. I did not see my attackers, nor have I heard any sounds in the house, except for your crashing when you came through the door. If you guys are heading back to Seaton or Saltmarsh, I'd like to go with you. I'm pretty good in a fight. I just need my gear.
Can we tell if he's lying?
He doesn't
Didn't
appear.
hear any of the screams or the "you are doomed."
Oh, I heard something muffled like that. Yeah, he heard that.
Okay.
I guess he could hear that from up here.
Is he telling the truth about his story?
Seems like it. If you believe it.
Sorry?
It seems
Oh,
like it, if you believe what he
yeah.
told you just now.
Eddie believes him. Let's go.
I don't know where they took my gear. Any of you got like a dagger or anything I could use until we find it?
I'll give him an axe.
Axe, okay. That'll work. Okay. So there's a hallway, and a couple more rooms to the north and to the west. So put you guys where you want to be when Eddie gets to there. This guy's name's Ned. Where you want me to stand, guys? I'll be in the back, in the front, in the middle,
Yeah, stay in the back
in the back. Okay.
till we find your gear.
Yeah. Should
Okay.
I sandwich him between me and Galdwin?
Yeah, totally.
Oh,
Totally seems fully compliant. Whatever you guys tell him to do. Okay, so as you guys are walking down the steps here, Eddie, the steps here give way under your feet. Make a dex save, DC 12, to jump back. No problem. Now there's a gaping hole in the floor where the floorboards gave out underneath you. It's about 5 feet wide. Hard to tell how sturdy it is on the other side of that 5-foot gap. Ned says, I wouldn't risk it.
sorry.
Ned says, I wouldn't risk it.
You won't risk what?
I wouldn't risk jumping across that. Doesn't look safe over there. Maybe we should just leave. I don't need my gear.
No. Let's
Yeah,
get your
let's-
gear. It'll be fine.
Maybe we should go outside up through a window.
I mean, you could just jump over the gap, so...
Here, Eddie says, "Back up, everybody! I'm gonna run over and jump."
All right. There's a little bit of creaking, but it holds. It's steady. You get to the intersection there, and there is a hall going to the north with a door, couple doors, and it comes around a corner at the end, it looks like. And the hall to the west goes all the way to the end of the house with a couple doors.
All right. Well, we'll just open this door.
All right, inside that room. Not a real sturdy looking floor in there either. I'll assume you're prodding everywhere you go. What was once a fine master bedroom now stands decayed. Some of the floorboards are missing and there is rubbish scattered around. A tall wooden wardrobe stands against the wall opposite the fireplace. Its doors are closed.
You guys want to inspect that room? Or just check another.
It seemed like a good place to put gear.
All right. Eddie will open the door with his sword.
Okay, everyone put you guys where you want to be when Eddie does that.
Or spiders.
Spiders.
You carefully open the door, and no spiders come out. You see inside a pair of old, cracked leather boots and a ragged, stained cloak hanging on a peg. The cloak's got tooling in it. I mean, it's tooled with a design of coiled ivy leaves.
Ask our friend if this is his stuff, if he can see it.
No. No, it's not.
All right, well, we'll grab it.
All right. When you
with the
grab it,
sword.
when you touch the cloak, a cloud of yellow mold comes out of it. Let's see here. Where's the yellow mold? There we go. All right. So yellow mold, 5 foot square. So it just gets you, Eddie, the one who grabbed it. You take 19 poison damage, and you're going to be poisoned for a minute. A 15 con save will negate all of that.
Saving throw.
Oh, okay. So you take 19 poison. Do you live through 19 poison damage? Oh, that drops you to
No.
0. You're poisoned for a minute. So you guys, Eddie falls down in this cloud puff of yellowish mold, and falls down in the gown, coat choking and gagging, and you can see the mold spores going into him. What do you guys want to do?
Do I think a medicine check would help him here, or should I use a potion?
You think you gotta get rid of that mold somehow?
Kind of like fan it away with something I have.
It's growing in him and onto him and towards his lungs and his heart and everything.
Would my healer or herbalism kits do anything to the mold?
No. Any other ideas? You might have to burn it away.
Fire.
Yeah. Yeah, and light him on fire?
Yep.
All right. Good move. You get the fire going. You can even use maybe your green flame blade secondarily somehow.
Yep.
Let's see here. Sunlight or fire damage destroys it. Okay. So yeah, you apply copious amounts of fire. Eddie survives even though he takes a bunch of fire damage, but he's at 0 hit points anyway. So Eddie, you're at 0. You guys have any way of getting Eddie back to 1?
One of the potions we found 2, right?
You found 2. Okay. Eddie, you can do a healing potion on yourself. There you go. 7 hit points back, Eddie. The cloak doesn't look to be of much value, and it is the yellow mold is still growing on it, but you don't think it'll release any more spores. You think you could safely take it.
Okay. Yeah. Eddie will grab it.
All right. Now where?
Let's get out
Is
of
there
here.
anything in the fireplace?
Nope. Nothing in the room.
Alright.
Try this next one.
This room has in it rubbish scattered around what was once a fine guest bedroom. Rodent infestation, webs hanging in the corners. A 4-poster bed stands against the wall opposite the fireplace. Its woodwork is worm-ridden, and the curtains that once screened the bed are torn and stained. There's no bed linens, but the bed is mostly intact. No sign of Ned's gear here.
Given the webs in the area, I'll just ready Eldritch Blast in case any spiders appear through the fire.
All right. Do you guys want to search the room?
Can I take out a torch and light one and like burn the webs as we go?
Sure. Yeah, you burned some webs. Do you want to search the room?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, you search the room. You don't find anything of value in there. Now where?
Let's go up north here.
The first door?
Sure.
All right. First door. Hey, Tanith, could you mute again, please? Okay. Bedroom. Damp mold covers the walls and ceiling in this bedroom, and rubbish is strewn around the floor. There's a mattress that has been badly torn, from which stuffing protrudes. Under the window sits a large wooden chest. The timber is split, and its lid closed.
All right. Let's. I guess we'll inspect the room.
And search the room. Okay. The chest is not locked, opens easily. Inside is a pile of moldy, ragged clothing and styles that were never in fashion, and a bundle of documents. The pages are rotted and stained, their meaning long lost. Nothing of value in there. Next room.
Okay.
In that room is a large, ill-made oak chest stands under the window. Its lid is closed. Elsewhere in the room lie 3 broken wooden chairs, 2 splintered wooden buckets, and a mildewed sack. Just inside the door is a heap of clothing that have collected no dust or mold. And Ned says, "That's mine. It's my stuff." So he puts on his clothes, takes his weapons, which consist of a short sword and a hand crossbow. And you guys search the room and find nothing else of value in there. The sack contains drab, rotted clothing, including an inordinate number of wool socks.
Wait, so did he take his stuff from the oak chest or something?
No, his clothes were just inside the door, heaped there on the floor.
Okay, so the chest is still closed, right?
Nope. You searched it. The chest was empty.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys said you searched the room. I think maybe I missed that. Okay, around the corner is a flight of stairs that go down and a broken flight of stairs that go up to a hole in the ceiling. There's a heap of rotted timber lying in the northeast corner. So there's an attic up there that the stairs used to go to. And you can see that there's light coming down into the attic. And I just described the attic in that description there. But if you can get up there, you can see what's up there. It'd be an easy enough climb with a couple ropes and pitons and stuff.
Climb up.
Alright, inside, over to the west is the attic. So you head on up and you're searching the attic. There's like the fireplaces go up through the ceiling. There's holes up in the ceiling above that light down into the place. You can see some rubbish in various corners and sacks of clothing and stuff in various corners. So you go and investigate that. And put you guys up in the attic where you want to be as you, as you're heading toward, say, let's see, let's grab Eddie. You guys are heading to the west, towards that rubbish in the northwest corner. So put you guys what order you want to be in and walk in that direction. Gaping hole in the floor shows where the top of the staircase used to lead before it collapsed. There are grimy cobwebs in the walls and ceiling. The floor is covered with broken furniture and other rubbish. Several holes in the roof allow dim light to enter. And you see 2 large sacks lying in a heap in the northwest corner, which you're going to check out. And when you're going to check that out, all of a sudden you hear some fluttering overhead, and you see some strange creatures that look almost like bats, but have 4 wings and long proboscises sticking out of their nose. And everyone roll initiative as they descend down on you.
I don't know where my counter went.
I will find you in just a second. Bum, 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 bum. Wonder if I accidentally deleted them. Alright, I put a new one out there. You might have to reset your hit points. I'm not sure if they're right or not. And go ahead and roll initiative. There you go. Alright. So, the first Sturge comes down onto Eddie. Let's see, they don't, I think, have reach. 12 misses you, right, Eddie? Next to go is Gladwin. Uh, 14 on the Eldritch Blast. That connects and blows that one up. Argus, your turn.
I will move up and I'll swing my my torch at the one in front.
Nice, okay. Roll a strength attack.
No.
No. Argus done. Sturges go. Okay. This Sturge descends down on Don John. Blood drain on the dwarf. 17 to hit the dwarf. That's a hit.
Yep.
7 piercing, and it is attached to you.
Okay.
Okay. Next Sturge. This one comes down and attacks Gladwin. 24 Gladwin does 4 piercing damage, and it's attached to you.
I'm down already. Is it still attached?
Oh, 4 damage drops you.
Yep.
Let's see here. Instead, at the start of each Sturge, others see 4 hit points due to blood loss. Yep, it's still attached to you, sucking your blood out. To front. To front. Alright. That's weird. Alright, so it's there on her. Next one is there. Comes down on Argus. And tries to bite Argus. Missing. And then Eddie, your turn. Oh no, 11 hits you, Argus, doesn't it? Wow.
Yeah.
7 piercing and attached. Now your turn, Eddie. Alright, so you have none attached to you, Eddie, but there's one attached to Donjon, one attached to Gladwin, who will die if it stays attached, and Argus. And these things appear to not have reach, so it seems like you could probably move with impunity without provoking.
So I'm gonna just go right to.
And you guys have a bunch of
Right down,
inspiration.
okay.
Well, some of you haven't. One of you has inspiration. Wow, not very many of you.
And I'm going to attack Mr. Just.
Alright, you destroy that one. Eddie's done. Sturge's turn. The Sturge comes down to attack Eddie. Blood drain. 21. Oh, he attaches to Eddie. Oh, drops Eddie.
Eddie's down.
Eddie's down. Oh, not looking good. Donjon, your turn. You have one attached to you, Donjon.
Yep. Do we get him off with just fire?
Let's see here. Instead, at Striver's turn, target loses. Creature, including the target, can use an action to detach it. You can attack it, or you can just use an action to pull it off. If you attack it and kill it, then it comes off too.
Can you attack the one that's connected to you?
Yep, sure can.
Oh, gonna attack it then.
Okay.
Nope.
Nope. Okay. After Donjon, Sturge there. Attacking Ned. Oh, connected to Ned for 6.
Could it,
I don't
could
think
it
I
not
rolled
be
initiative.
considered restrained if it's attacked?
It's not, no. Ned gets an 11 for initiative. Oh, perfect. He comes next. Ned gets to attacks with his short sword. Oh, he ripped it off. And, let's see. Eddie, you're unconscious, right? You are at
Yes.
0 hit points. At 7, boom. There we go. Then get multi-attack. 2 melee attacks, okay. So he stabs that one. And then he steps to there and stabs Don John. Missing Don John. And he's done. Braylon, your turn.
Attacking me or the Sturge on me?
Well, you could have sworn he was attacking you.
Huh.
Braylon, your turn.
All right, I'll move to there and I'll attack this Sturge.
There's one on the Eddie, there's one on the Argus. Which one?
The one right here.
Okay.
Green Flame Blade.
Okay. Oh, yeah, you can kill the other one with that. All you gotta do is hit.
Come on.
That's a hit. Killed him and him. Nicely done. Last Sturge. Comes descending on your nemesis, Don John. Does not connect, though. That runs over. Next Sturge. This Sturge turns attacks Ned. Connects to Ned for 4. Gladwin, death save. 15, that's 1 success, but a green 1 on you. Argus, your turn.
I'll use the action to remove the one off Don John.
Alright, it's off. And then you can finish moving if you want. And then Sturge, the one you just pulled off of Don John, tries to reattach to Don John.
Oh my god.
Does 8 damage to him and attaches to him. Good timing, though. At least he didn't take the auto damage, which would have been maybe less. Eddie, your turn. Death save. It's 1 failure, so red 1 for you. Don John, your turn. 1 attached.
I'm gonna attack the one attached to me.
Okay.
17 for 10.
Destroy it.
And I'm going to action surge.
Ooh.
I'm gonna attack the Sturge over to my right here.
Alright.
11 for 12.
Oh, it flutters out of the way and misses.
And second one myself up 10 hit points.
Oh, that's good. Ned's turn. Ned tries to get the Sturge off of him. Short sword. Short sword again. Got it. And then, getting action disengage. And tries to get behind the chimney to hide. Braylon, your turn.
We have one more potion of healing, so I'm gonna look and see if it's on one of these guys.
Yeah, you have it on one of them.
All right, and I'm gonna shove it down to 80s.
Eddie, you get hit points back, and you rolled it, Braylon. And Braylon, you have inspiration for helping out. 5 hit points back, Eddie. And then the last Sturge tries to attach to Don John. It does for 6.
If it could cut it out, that'd be great.
He's attached to you. Rounds over. Gladwin, death save.
I seem to roll it. No, mine.
Two successes. 2 on the green. Okay. And then Argus, your turn.
I'm gonna move over here and take a shot at Ned
All right.
and miss.
That's not good. Eddie, you are conscious, prone. Your sword's on the ground beside you.
All right, grab my sword, and then I'm going to touch my fellow person there. for
Gladwin.
1 hit point.
All right, Gladwin, you get 1 hit point back. You take the red X off and the green 2 off. And Eddie, you can move if you want to move anywhere. And Don John, your turn.
I'm going to attack the Sturge that's on me. 25 for 20.
Smashed it. Eddie, you had to stand up from prone, so you only would be able to go 3 squares.
Oh,
1,
that's
2, 3.
15.
Don John, you want to move
1,
anywhere?
2, 3, 4, 5.
Ooh, Ned's
Just
not.
kind of slide up next to him, like, where do you think you're going there, bud?
He is going to try and stab you with a short sword. And again. And then disengage.
Oh,
And move 6 squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to there. Braylon, your turn.
I'm going to bonus action, second wind. I'm gonna move up to here, and I'm gonna take a shot at him with my longbow, and I'll miss.
I didn't see your second wind yet.
I'm gonna do it now.
Got it. Gladwin, you are on the ground. I don't know if you normally have anything in your hand. What would you like to do? You got 1 hit point instead of 0.
Yep, I think this is the furthest I can move, right?
Yep. You could stand up and get that far. Yep.
Yep, that's all I can do.
Okay. Argus, your turn.
Move a bit closer and take another shot.
16 connects for 6 damage. Eddie, your turn.
Okay. And he's gonna go up. And he's gonna chuck the javelin. Actually, go 1, 2, 3.
All right. Don John, your turn.
gonna move 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm gonna attack him with the greatsword.
Oh.
25 for 15, full
Dropped.
lethal.
Dropped him. Dead. Ned is dead. Whew. Okay. You guys finished searching the attic. And
Can I search Ned's? Never mind. That's not really useful.
well, you searched the attic
Huh?
and you searched Ned. Ned had a little vial of poison on him, which he forgot to use in the heat of the moment. What else you find up here in the attic? You discover a porcelain doll costumed to look like a sailor. The doll's eyes are made from 2 pieces of jade with 10 gold pieces each, and that's all of value you find up here. So, you guys are done except for the room with the skeletons in them. You can go and check that out or call it a night. Your choice.
Can we do a rest?
No,
Yeah,
you already did 2 short rests.
Skeletons don't mean nothing to me. Let's go to town. Crap out of here.
Yep. I'd say town.
That's 2 out of 3. 3 out of 3. Okay. Let's see. You found the Mariner's scale mail, the pipe. You used both potions of healing, I think, so those are gone. You found the spell book, and you'll
The
get.
dice.
Oh yeah, you got plenty of gold items. You got 4 ACP, 4 TCP. The scale mail unlocks for you. The pipe unlocks for you. The spell book, one of you will get. I think that's how that works. I need to double check that. In addition to unlocking, I don't think they unlock spell books. So, if you want that spell book, roll a d20. Whoever rolls highest can have it.
Never lucky.
Is anyone else interested?
Well,
I'm even luckier.
you can't trade the mundane item, right? So unless you're gonna be a mage, there's no point.
He can also trade it with mages he adventures with.
Yep.
I mean, give them spells out of it.
Nah, I'm good.
Oof.
Okay, we know who gets it.
Tim gets it. Braylon. Okay, that is the end. So you come back to town. The town council of Saltmarsh gratefully rewards you a coffer spilling over with 200 golden coins for uncovering and shutting down the smuggling operations that were happening here. I don't know if you killed Samblay or took him back into left him in custody. I didn't ask.
Just drag him back to the town.
Okay. So you guys live high on the hog for several days after your return until you are invited to a meeting with the town council. But that is another story. And that is the end for today.
Woohoo!
So you have the signaling lantern, you have the codes that are on the signals. The next part of the adventure, which you all have reserved spots for if you can make it, is in 1 week. And it will deal with the town council asking you to go and find out, try and get on board the smuggling ship when it comes back. You have the codes to signal the smuggling ship that you're friends, and maybe under the cover of that, you can get close on a boat and hop on board and put an end to these pirates and smugglers for good. And that is all for
All
tonight.
right. Thanks,
To,
Tom.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thank you. So 4 is enough to level for
Yes,
the
so
second, right?
level your character if you want.
Yeah.
If you don't want to take half, and send them my way if you want to play.
Oh, I'm definitely in next week.
Yeah, same.
And also, you can still go through that bolted shut door too next week.
Yep.
See what's in there.
I have a question about the pipe.
Yeah,
It is not on a magic item table. Can we get it?
you can most of the time, and I'm pretty sure it's in the guide for this season. You can get common items for 2 treasure checkpoints.
Okay.
And the Mariner's Scale Mail being on table B, I think it's... Is it 8?
Oof.
I think so, yeah.
Might be 8, yeah.
Okay. How many tier 1 adventures are there gonna be for Ghosts of Saltmarsh?